Forward 50 for the Rovers. Short one, read beautifully by Gaston. Catapan was tackled without it. And it's going to be a free kick here to Sam Catapan against Goody. And he's going to line up from probably say 50 metres.
He's kicking into the breeze too here, I reckon. Panda looking at the flag.
Yeah, on a 45-degree angle. He's kicking right into the wind. So he sets it up to the top of the goal square. Cooper's down there, gets a run and jump at it. Polkinghorne put himself in a dangerous position. And he takes the mark in front of Nathan Cooper. Wins the free kick and hand passes it to King.
And away go North Albury now. Kicks a great one out in front of Talent. Oh, great work by the young fella from Brockburn. Feeds it backwards now to a teammate. Goes inboard towards Winter. No, chopped off beautifully by McCartney. McCartney now in front. No, the ball falls to a Rovers teammate. Tackled straight away was O'Brien's. A great tackle there. And then we'll get a ball up just outside the 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Got Tom Boyd kick behind the play here. Looks like the North Albury, his opponent's coming to him now, but don't want to kick it quick here because he'll eat this up.
They're going to get another free kick in the ruck infringement. Murray displays on straight away. Goes bang towards the top of the goal square. Knocked through for a minor score. First score for the day on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Goes to the Wangaratta Rovers. It's a minor one. Gives them 1 point lead and we're going 3 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Living in the Rovers forward half and attacking 50. As Weaven tries to bring it out of defence. He slipped as he kicked and it's been chopped off by Allison. 3 Rovers players inside attacking 50 everywhere. One of those is Catapan. He had to reach out and grab this one with the one hand, but he's going to line up 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Yeah, just really good intercept play there for the Rovers. It's something they've been really, really strong at this season. We've touched on before previously with Tom Boyd, but Sam Catapan looking to kick the first goal today. Having a very good debut year, the former Aberfeldy captain Catapan. It's holding its line beautifully and it's through for a goal. So the Wangaratta Rovers are on early. They go to 1-1-7. North Albury yet to score, yet to go inside attacking 50 really. 3 minutes played Macca's time clock. The Rovers.
We'll realise not to leave Tom Boyd standing around too much. So ball goes up and Christie gets another tap there against Hanrahan. Murray's the first on it for the Rovers. Tackled straight away, just handballs it in. Hope falls away of Hayes. Hayes and Follow go at it. Ball just spills across now. Hayes picks it up. Tackled straight away and we'll get a ball up just inside 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers. Murray's looking dangerous inside the centre square already, boys. 3 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet already for Sam Murray. Ball tossed up. Hanrahan jumps over top of Christie. Wins a tap towards his captain in Goody. Tackled straight away. Hanrahan. We'll get another ball up. Tell you what, Panda, you take it away because this ball has not moved in the last 30 seconds, you have it. We'll try and get a clear possession. Scott Montgomery, of course, commentating today for Wangaratta Motor Group. Hanrahan with a big run and jump over Christie. As Dylan emerges with the football, drop punt, and it's goal. Great finish from Dylan Wilson. The Rovers look on here. A breakaway from a stoppage, a calm finish from 40, and they got 2. 2-1-13, North Albury yet to score. Yeah, really good start here from the... And there snapped a really good goal for the Rovers there. Really good start here for the Rovers. One thing I've noticed, Will Chris is not really jumping in the ruck. He's sort of trying to block the space a little bit, so might keep an eye on that. We spoke about that sore knee, so maybe that's what's troubling him at the moment. Is now Hanrahan, give that one to Christie. He's won that one. McCartney for the Rovers is in there. That's a change they've just made. He's been at half back all year. I was just about to say that, Mon. He's played a lot of this season in the back line, so get him into the midfield. I don't think he's been in the middle. I think he's just following Timmy by the looks of it. Timmy Broomhead, that is. So ball won by Christie again. Falls the way of Osborne. A little bit of a yuck handball. Falls the way of Broomhead now. Tackled straight away by Wilson. Falls to McCartney. Ball now goes to Polkinghorne. Spills out. The Rovers, what are they going to do? Sammy Murray's got it. Gets a handball out. What a handball it was too. Found Christie standing in the circle all by himself. Just bombs it long towards Marklew. Wiedemann's got front spot. Nice little tap to Hayes. Hayes now gives a handball to King, and the Rovers will repel again. So a nice left foot kick exiting defence from Jack King. Finds Isaac Campbell. Right at half back. Broadcast side. He's got King 30 metres in front of him, who kept on running. He wasn't it, just to have that quick look inside and really just drilled that pass. Obviously don't want to get too much air under it today because he can swirl around in this breeze, but beautiful foot skills there from George Goody. As we touched on, North Albury, best ball using team in the competition, on full display there. Jackson Wiedemann, he's worked so hard to get up the ground to have this shot on goal. He'll set sail from inside the square. Rolls around on that left foot. He's given it every bit of a chance. He's got the distance, no worries, but just off to the left. And it's all North Albury's first score on the game traffic contracting scoreboard. They are one behind. The Rovers 2-1-13, 12-point lead. And we've gone 7.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Just wouldn't mind this rain, this very, very light drizzle just to disappear, Brad Freak. Your stat sheet's getting a little bit wet.
It is.
As Allison keeps it low with the kicking out of defence. Christie read it beautifully. I think he's called to play on and then tries to take on Campbell. He does. Takes the bounce because he ran about 20 metres. Hand passes it back to Sam Murray, who's racking up the 40 Winks disposals. He kicks it long down the wing. It's held a long time up in the air. Cooper forced a contest. Osborne edges it into attack for the Rovers. Here's the man who got an awful bounce. Shane Gaston, who kicked 6 goals last week. Mark Lew sockers it off the goal line. Mark Lew and Hayes. Hayes does well.
Oh, he hasn't gone through yet.
It hasn't gone through. In the end, Weaven rushes it over the boundary line. It was an old-fashioned foot race between Mark Lew and Hayes. And it's a minor score for the Wangaratta Rovers. Good transition play once again. 2-2-14. North Albury one behind. Game traffic and contracting first term scoreboard.
And look at that kick in from Julian Hayes. That is absolutely first class and finds Campbell. Nice little neat kicking board to Winter. Oh, it's a bit of a risky one. Polkinghorn doesn't take the mark. McCartney now finds McCartney. McCartney gets a feed ball. He's held onto it for a long time. O'Brien kicks it sideways. He's looking for Mark Lew. Leaps high. He drops it. Would have been a great one. Gerish, well crumbed. Picks it up. Sets sail for home from 35. And I reckon he's put it through. Jackie Gerish, still on goal today. Gets his first. Gets the Rovers third. That takes them up to 20. North Albury 1, 19-point lead on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Just really good pressure inside that forward 50 again from the Rovers and just be able to get that turnover. Mark Lew took almost... Some of the finishing on towards goal so far from the Rovers has been first class in some conditions that aren't really conducive to great foot skills.
I reckon that's probably a 2 or 3 goal breeze too they're kicking into, so it's a great little start for the Rovers here.
Danger signs here for North Albury and Tim Broomhead. Speaking of Tim Broomhead, looks like Lockie McCartney is right on him. Hutchinson and Will Christie again in the ruck. Lots of players dive over this football with courage. Philo gets a hand pass out when there was no space. Gerish goes back to Boyd. Look at them. They're all linking up beautifully here, the Wangaratta Rovers. Gerish again tries to take on Goody, who buries him, holding the ball. Wonderful tackle from the captain, George Goody, a Mawson's Concrete player of the day. He's won the ball back on centre wing for North Albury. And there's just lots of Rovers numbers back in the hole, Monty. There's not too many options, so he sits it in the pocket. And a great intercept mark once again.
Kicking it to him.
Tom Boyd.
Boyd was out. He had no opponent there. He was just standing in front of the North Albury forwards and just waited for that and just kicked it straight to him.
I think whoever is playing on him just needs to go stand next to him and just follow him around because he will take you to the footy. And it's a great kick to his former Werribee teammate in Nathan Cooper. First game for the Rovers this year, Cooper. He's a long way from home. Started in the goal square. Sets sail now, just kicks it towards the half-forward line. There's his direct opponent in Wiedemann. Makes a contest, falls to ground. Ball gets flicked out now. McCarthy, great little battle there. Catapan just throws on the boot, goes towards 50. Osmond's the one sitting under it, comes late, gets it down. Winter for the North Albury's first there. Goes to ground, Murray's over the top of it with Broomhead. Good little battle, that one. Ball gets knocked backwards, Jack King takes it and gives a handball back to Reynolds, and away go North Albury.
Julian Hayes wants to come inboard, has no options, has to give it out wide to Ramage, who plays the percentages and goes out wide to Jack King. Still at half back, chips it over the top, finds Kieran Duncan, who played on. He swung around on a 360, gets a hand pass out eventually. Really good heat here by the Wangaratta Rovers. King almost turns over the footy. Riley Smith dies in there. So does Duncan, has to hand pass it back to Hayes, who gets around a Rover. Kicks it to half forward, bit of an interesting kick. Good contest there between McCarthy and Talent. Here's Ben Fulford running with pace. He's got a hand pass over the top. Josh Minot got an awful bounce. He was all alone. Fulford's hand pass didn't sit for him, and Tom Boyd mops up for the Rovers.
Oh, but it's turned back over to Reynolds now. He's gone inboard. Oh, the kick falls a little bit short now. Good little battle at ground level. Gets popped out. North Albury on the attack here. Really good defence to lock it in inside 50. Just that bounce, Panda, just didn't quite sit, did it? Joshy Minogue did everything right, got out the back and just didn't quite get there. Ball gets tossed up now. Here they go. Ball falls to McCarthy. Little handball fumbled by Osborne. Here you go North Albury again. Ball on the boot from Gardner. It's Archer. Gets to the top of the goal square. That man Boyd gets back again and influences the contest, and he'll punch it through for a rush behind. That takes North Albury to 2. Rovers 20 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
You think North Albury's intensity in the last couple of minutes has really started to match the Rovers. They had a couple of really key battles they had to win on the half-back line there. Now they're getting a little bit of ball in their forward half as well. See if they can capitalise on it.
Cooper puts his arms up, not able to mark at half-back for the Rovers. Good pressure being applied here by North Albury. Good tackle there from Wiedemann.
Oh, that
Williamson.
got him.
And Monty, you saw that one?
Yeah, just a little bump. There's, I think is that young Duncan?
Duncan,
yeah, was picking the footy up. Yeah, Cooper just got him. Nothing in it, but yeah, just got him high.
So a free kick here to North Albury. 13 minutes played. Macca's time clock. Bit of an interesting kick inside forward 50. McQuaid came through, wanted the footy. Hand passes it to O'Brien. And
Stiff.
Is it off the
fully, I think.
full
Yeah.
off Ben Fulford or Josh Minogue, I think. And it's going to be a free kick here to Lockie O'Brien, the former Carlton player. Deep in defence for the Rovers. Those inside 50 numbers, Freaky. Looks like North are getting a few back.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's 4-7 now. It was 7-2 at one stage. So they've been able to get a couple of repeat inside 50s, and the ball has lived in their forward half for the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game.
As Catapan sends it wide towards Christie. He's taking about 4 grabs at it. And I think the last one, umpire's paid a mark. No, one umpire's got his hand up. I reckon it's out of bounds. I don't know what you boys think, but I reckon the last mark
I thought he took it in.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. This
But I'm not the umpire.
Yeah, he's in a better position than us, I reckon, Panda. As we've seen Gaston go into the ruck now. And the change has been made, and Hutchison in there also for North Albury. Ball falls the way of Penny. Gets a handball to Winter. Winter, a quick one in now. Now it's back to Penny. Great little handball over to Fulford. Fulford with the hands now. Falls to Dennis. Dennis picks it up, gives a handball again. Oh no. Falls to ground before he took the ball there.
Good pressure.
Dennis probably could have got on the boot a bit earlier. It would have been a really good chance from there. Anyway, we'll have a ball up 20 metres out from the North Albury goal.
They trail by 18. 3 straight kicks. Tap down and a snap from Penny in the end, and it's through for a minor score. So North Albury owning a little bit of territory here, not getting anything on the scoreboard. They are kicking with about a 3-goal breeze. The Rovers have kicked the first 3 goals inside the first 7 minutes of footy. They lead 20-3 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Brad Freak, we played 14 minutes, Macca's time clock.
Yeah, Lockie O'Brien and Sam Murray leading disposal getters on the 40-wing stat sheet. They've both had 5 disposals in this first term.
Allison's kick out of defence was aiming for Williamson, and it was punched out of bounds by Jack Reynolds for North Albury, and they will have a boundary throw-in, 55 around from the Hoppers goal. They trail by 17.
Front of the packed canteen bar area here at Button Park. It's where everyone will be today with this rain slightly falling still. It's a nice little break the Rovers have got themselves. The ball falls towards O'Brien. Gets taken straight away was Garish. Ball flicks out now, and I think we're going to have another boundary. Ball up, I reckon we're going to see a lot of this today.
Yep,
a lot of repeat stoppages, a lot of numbers around the footy. Not one person inside the Rovers forward 50 at the moment. So I think we're going to see a lot of numbers around the ball all day. Give that tap down to Gaston. Then Murray just goes off the ground. Nearly finds Wilson, but wasn't clean enough. Broomhead goes back and cleans it up. Feeds it back to King. Smothered straight away was King's kick, and the ball falls to Wilson. Gets a handball out, and the ball now just flinging around. Gardner, clean and quick, gets moving through, gets it inside 50. Heads down towards Dennis. Nudged under it by Nolan. Who's going to win the foot race back? Nolan. Jagger gets back there first and wins it. Gives a handball to Chamberlain, but oh, what a tackle that is. Chamberlain very lucky the line was there to save him, because that was a great tackle from Joshy Minogue. That's what you want to see from your key forwards. And we'll get a boundary throw-in 20 away from North Albury's goal.
Just been able to get some repeat inside 50s here, North Albury. Up to 6 inside 50s in this first term. Rovers have had 7.
And they've definitely lifted their intensity as well, Brad Freak. You mentioned that earlier. Good tackling pressure there, and Allison is wrapped up inside attacking 50.
Yeah, they certainly have. You just see Rovers aren't getting any free space in the game anymore, where they were in the first couple of minutes, whereas the North are now getting a little bit more space in the game. 16
minutes played. Macca's time clock opening term. Winter once again with a clearance. Hand passes it to Penny, who sweeps it back to Campbell. Tied up against the boundary. Hooks it back towards goal. Minogue came hard. Crashed the pack. Foster Gardner. Hand passes it off to Fulford. Dodges one way or the other. Doesn't trouble the scorers with his snap on goal. It's out of bounds on the full. Good pressure still being applied here by the Wangaratta Rovers. They're holding on beautifully here, Scott Montgomery. Against the breeze, they lead by 17 points.
They are, and they're really trying to shorten this ground up. Look at that for a kick from Sam Murray. He can kick the ball into a breeze, 65 metres, and he did just then and found Christie, who's been given the free kick. Christie now just looking for a short one. Finds O'Brien, told to play on, not 15. He's going to have to find one in Allison. Oh, it's a risky one. Well done there from Talent. Talent, quick handball off the ground to Broomhead. Broomhead goes sideways, finds a teammate in Gardner. Gardner plays on and goes bang! Great work, Talent. Great work, Broomhead, and a great finish. Foster Gardner gets North Albury's first goal of the day. Takes them to 139. And the Rovers are 3-2-20 on the A-grade, thanks to A-grade oils and batteries and the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Yeah, really good play there from the Hoppers. Obviously, just that quick play on that Lockie O'Brien had, just didn't pinpoint his kick well enough and be able to intercept there by Keith Talon onto Timmy Broomhead. Made the right decision, went across to Foster Gardner and a great finish as well. And just another one to keep an eye on as well, boys. Just looking at Cam Chamberlain's came to the bench for the Rovers. Looks like he might have some sort of arm injury, maybe a wrist injury. He came off a couple of minutes ago in a heavy knock that was down in their defensive half.
That'll be that tackle from Josh Minogue.
Yeah, tackled by Josh Minogue. And lots of wind blowing right in our face here in the scaffold at Button Park. The Hoppers would be pleased with their last 10 minutes or so, Brad Freak.
Well, they definitely deserve to get that goal in the game. They've had the fair bit of the footy in the last 10 minutes. Just need to capitalise with this breeze in the last 5 or 7 minutes this quarter.
Gardner, that was Archer, just held Brodie Philo without the footy. One man you don't want the ball in the hands of. Goes out really wide to Stewie Booth. Fakes with the hand pass, pops a hospital one over the top to Jack Gerish, who's tackled over the boundary line. It's going to be thrown back in 60 metres around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. They lead 20-9 over the Hoppers. 18 played Macca's time clock. Opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. We'll go around the ground soon for Wang Mazda.
Ball's going to be tossed in here. About 65 away from the Rovers goal. Great tap, Christie to Murray. Just gets on the boot quickly. It's been touched off the boot. Through comes Smith. Quick handball to Hayes. Hayes now finds a handball inboard, but puts Polkinghorne under a lot of pressure. Bobs to Broomhead, who gets dispossessed straight away. Here's Dylan Wilson. Finds O'Brien on the Philo. Smart little kick. Knew he was going to get tackled out in front of Dylan Wilson. He will snap. Dylan Wilson still on goal of the day. What a finish, Dylan Wilson. Great little chain of handballs and a nice little smart kick from Brodie Philo. Put that one through. Dylan Wilson, 4-2, 26 to Rovers, 139 North Albury on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Yeah, it's just the smarts there of Brodie Philo, which was the one that was able to create that goal there for the Rovers. Knew exactly he was about to get tackled, just a real quick kick. Didn't even really take possession, just threw the footy onto his boot out in front of Dylan Wilson, and another really nice snapper goal there, kick his second for the day. And they've been really good in front of goals so far. The Rovers been able to take some of their opportunities they've been able to get and kicking into some pretty strong breeze. So really, really strong start for the Rovers here.
You can put that down just to forward pressure. Hayes decided to come back into the traffic, put Polkinghorne under the pump.
Big time, didn't he? And then Timmy Broomhead just had no time and space.
Yep. But that's down to the Wangaratta Rovers' pressure that they're applying in their attacking 50. 26 plays 9, Rovers by 17, and Brodie Philo again with a clearance out of the gut. A clever little tap on there from Wilson, but it's all Hoppers, and Isaac Campbell was under a lot of pressure from Nathan Cooper, and Campbell's kick lands out of bounds on the full. Right in front of our commentary position, the camera lady down there could actually pick it up and touch it, Mon.
Freaky looked like he was going to dive out of the box when it was coming this way.
So Finn Osborne for the Rovers, the recipient of the free kick. Kicks it down to Christie. Archer Gardner did well to impact that contest. A sweeping hand pass from Polkinghorne about 20 metres forward was dropped by Talent. Goody from North Albury wins it. Good pressure from both sides. Campbell hand pass it back to Goody for North Albury, who grubbers it down the boundary line about 30 metres and gains a bit of territory for his North Albury Hoppers. We're going to have a boundary throw in right in front of the benches here. Centre wing at Button Park. It's the Rovers by 17. Brad Freak for 40 Winks.
Yeah, Sam Murray up to 8 disposals in this first quarter. Lockie O'Brien 7, and on the North Albury side of things, Julian Hayes and George Goodyear both had 5 disposals each.
Just saw the wind take that ball a long way towards the North Albury goals. That's showing how strong a wind we are playing with here.
And it's really picked up in the last half an hour, hasn't it, Mike?
You can hear it in the effects mic. It's definitely gusty. Christie, great tap. Well done, Fulford. Shark that one. Goes inside 50 towards Talent. Nice little grab, that one. Faded very quickly. A nice little diving grab. I reckon he thinks he's got the journey here. What do you think, boys? He's played on straight away. Goes inside 50 to a leading Minogue. Oh, Jace McQuaid. Probably got him over the chops, and he's been paid. Too high. Free kick, Minogue. Did everything he could there, McQuaid, but just a little bit sloppy towards the end.
I was going to say, it was pretty obvious from up here. I was just waiting for the whistle to come there. You would have been pretty dirty if you're a North Albury player or supporter and didn't get that one. But, yeah, no, just really good centering play there to be able to get it out in front of Josh Minogue and just put the defender under a bit of pressure. And they need to get this goal now, North. Obviously, we talk about the breeze that they're kicking with in this first quarter. They need to be able to capitalise on it because the Rovers have been great going the other way.
He's gone back Ben Brown distance, hasn't he? About a 30-metre runner.
I like it. Just lets him gather his thoughts and get moving. But I'll tell you what, Keith Talent started this game. He's been very good. He's opposed to Tom Boyd, and he's been able to get up the ground and get a few touches as Tom Boyd likes to stay home. So I'm really liking that start. But Minogue now, he's set sail from 45 on the trot. breaks the 50 arc, lets it go, just kicked it beautifully, swung nicely with that breeze, barely kicked through it, but Joshy Minogue gets number 2 for North Albury, takes them to 2:3.15. The Rovers 4:2.26. We're going 23 on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, really good work there from the Hoppers. They needed to get that goal in the game. And Josh Minogue as well, who was really well held on Anzac Day against Hamish Gilmore for the Hoppers. So good to get him an early goal in the game, get some confidence in the match and really keep building on this game because he's going to have to be a really key pillar for North Albury if they're going to win today's game. He
just started it out to the right and it swung back beautifully.
Barely even kicked the butt. He just sort of, nice
just pitching wedge, wasn't it? It was a beautiful finish.
Put it in the wind and let it do the job.
Absolutely. You can hear it through our effects mic. As Monty said before, Catapan with another clearance. Hayes opposed to Philo. Coming out here with pace was Polkinghorn at halfback for North Albury. Garish picks it up, lowers the eyes beautifully, and all alone inside attacking 50 is Dylan Wilson, who was lining up for goal number 3.
I think we spoke about it in the pre-game, or definitely off air, Freaky, that these smalls of the Rovers haven't really had the impact that we saw last year, and Dylan Wilson was one that we named. To see him start the game like he has today just shows us that he's still thereabouts, just needs to find that footy a little bit more, and he's very dangerous.
Yeah, he certainly is.
Dylan Wilson already kicked 2 snap goals in this opening term. He wants it on the run because I think he's missed everything.
Yes.
Out of bounds on the full from 40 metres out directly in front. Didn't trouble the scorers. The Rovers 26, North Albury 15. Time on opening term for A-grade oars and batteries.
It is probably one thing that the Hoppers need to watch out for in this game. A couple of times I've noticed the defenders get drawn up the ground and the Rovers forwards have stayed deeper to goals. When they're kicking with the breeze and that ball's going to carry a little bit longer, they just got to make sure they're on their forwards. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of goals out the back in this game for the Rovers.
Polkinghorn gets moving. It's not a great kick. Puts Hayes under the pressure. The magician Philo. Nice little kick on the outside of the boot. Goes short to Gaston. In the tight pocket. But Gaston will go back in front of the scoreboard and have a shot for the Rovers 5th.
Probably been a little bit of their own worst enemy in this first term, the Hoppers. A couple of turnovers have led directly to goals. This could be about the third one, I'd say.
And all those turnovers have been in the back 50, haven't they?
Yeah, they have been. It's really going to be costly if Gaston can put this one through.
Big Gasto comes from 6 last week. Gatto, no. Minor score.
I thought the umpire was running back to the middle.
I thought he was don't know sometimes what they're going to do.
Pretty quick on that.
27-15 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
First term, 25 minutes played for Macca's.
Still raining.
7 shots on goal in the opening term against the wind is a good return for the Rovers.
Yeah,
they'll be happy with that. Good kick in from Julian Hayes. King's kick was smothered and he's caught holding the ball in real trouble. And the Rovers, with sheer pressure, once again Dylan Wilson will have a shot on goal from exactly the same position as about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, he has had an outstanding first term in this quarter, Dylan Wilson. He's obviously kicked a couple of goals there. Probably should have kicked the third one as well, but his forward pressure has been outstanding. Kicked a couple of goals himself, but him and all those other forwards in that half for the Rovers has been great so far.
King's kick out of defence was smothered and they just swooped on him. Dylan Wilson starts it out to the left. It's working back, not far enough. It didn't
swing as much this time.
It did not swing as much as Josh Minogue's kick, and it's through for a minor score. So he could have had 4 opening quarter goals. Instead, he's got 2-2, Dylan Wilson. And the score is 28, plays 15 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Not far away from quarter time here at Button Park.
2-1, he kicked one out on the full.
Ordinary kick from Julian Hayes out of defence. It was a worm burner, and Winter's under real pressure, and he's been caught holding the ball. Another really ordinary kick from North Albury in defence, and this time it's in the hands of Brody Philo.
Yeah, probably the man you don't want to have the footy in this position here. He's just about nearly a lock to kick this, you'd say, from how crafty he can be.
You're only saying this because you gave Noah Spiteri no chance at Wodonga a few weeks back.
Yeah, Noah's not Brody Philo, though, is he?
Yeah.
He plays on Brody Philo, tied up against the boundary, drop punt on goal is across the face. And I think Nathan Cooper has marked it in the field of play. He has. He plays on, spots up Stewie Booth, too easy. He's going to line up 30 metres out slide angle.
Yeah, just really good play there by Nathan Cooper. Obviously, he's going to be a really low percentage shot from where he was. Hard up against the point post in the forward pocket there.
Into the breeze as well.
Yeah, Stewie Booth just a much easier shot from where he was. 45 degree angle, probably about 30 metres out of the most he's going to be kicking this from. And the Rovers looking really hot.
Stewie Booth, 7 goals in the first couple of weeks. Siren goes for quarter time and they've blown a few late chances. It's across the face of goal. So the Wangaratta Rovers will be ruining a few missed opportunities late in that opening term to really blow this one apart. 4-5-29, North Albury 2-3-15. They take a handy 14-point lead against the Breeze into quarter time. That quarter went 27 minutes. Stay with us here on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
You're clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
I'm here at Button Park. One-way traffic against the run of play as well. Wangaratta Rovers 4-5-29, kicking into a pretty deep breeze in that opening term, leading the North Albury Hoppers 2-3-15 on O&M Live. You will not miss a thing. Blake Penderes with you, Scott Montgomery, and also Brad Sprinkles Freak with our Cavalier Holmes quarters best in the opening term.
Yeah, we'll start with the Wangaratta Rovers side of things. Obviously, Dylan Wilson, I thought he was outstanding for him in that forward half. plenty of forward pressure and kicking the couple of goals. Probably had 4 goals really in that first quarter. And at the other end of the ground for the Rovers, I thought Tom Boyd was outstanding. Really repelled everything that the Hoppers tried to go forward. If we have North Albury side, I thought Keith Talon started quite well for them in the middle of the ground. I thought George Goody as well is really influential, the skipper for him in the middle of the ground as well. If we have a look at the 40 Winks stat sheet, pretty even within the team stats. The centre clearances, Rovers are getting a little bit on top of that, 4-1. Inside 50s at 8-7, but the Rovers, were able to just to lock it in late in that quarter. Didn't actually go out. They just had probably 4 or 5 minutes of the ball just being in their forward half. So North Albury can't afford to do that for too much longer in this game because the Rovers will hurt them. If we have a look at the possession getters, Sam Murray, the leading disposal getter on our stat sheet, he's up to 8. Brody Philo and Lockie O'Brien have both had 7. 5 apiece as well for Julian Hayes and George Goody in that first term.
And if we go around the grounds really quickly, Brad Freak, while the supporters are getting off the far side of the ground.
It's a long way to go that way, isn't it?
It is a long way to go. What are some of the scores at quarter time thanks to Wang Mazda?
Yeah, Yarrawonga 46 lead the Raiders 20, 34-point lead to Myrtleford 34-0 against Corowa. Wang Magpies 25 lead Lavington Panthers 8, and a 5-point lead to the Albury Tigers 19-24 in that game at Martin Park.
So a few games
there.
Thought might have been a little bit closer, and that 3-goal margin, one of our scorecard questions, starting to blow out maybe just a tad.
It was Gus's question.
Gus's question.
It was indeed Gus McLeod's
gave
question.
It ones. Yep, we both gave it ones. We didn't agree.
Just like Gus.
Gus, yeah.
Throw him under the bus. He's not here. Second term about to get underway for Jaco Albury-Wodonga. The Wangaratta Rovers this time kicking with the breeze, which has just dropped off the tiniest little bit as well, which is good for our effects, Mike. We'll turn them up when we can. Goody just through his hands. Forford looks like he's been chucked in the middle of the ground, and he's been grabbed without it. Free kick to North Albury. Advantage. Jack Penny plays on, and Minogue with strength fighting off Jace McQuaid. A Mawson's concrete mark of the day. He has good mitts, Josh Minogue.
Yeah, he certainly does, and he's just really strong mark there on a really good opponent, Jace McQuaid. And this would be the ideal start for North Albury in this second quarter. As we touched on, the Rovers probably going with the breeze in this term, and a couple of goals down the Hoppers, so if they can get one nice and early, it's going to be a really, really great start for them.
The wind's just picked up again too, Panda. I was looking at the flag, so as you turn up, that affects Mike.
I did. I'll get a text message from Matt Hobbs, turn it down soon, Panda, as Josh Minogue will kick from 15 metres out directly in front. A really strong mark and a good start. Oh! Not for Josh Minogue and North Albury Hoppers. Has missed the unmissable from 15 metres out directly in front. Hits the top of the goal post. That hurts North Albury. 2-4-16. The Rovers 4-5-29. Scott Montgomery for Wing Motor Group.
As Ellison sends the Rovers out. I think it's going to be a free kick the way of Christie. Finn Osborne plays on straight away, gets the advantage. Needs to give the handball over the top and finds Murray. Murray will find the left foot. No, he gives a handball over the top to Wilson. Wilson keeps rolling now. Now he gets his left foot inside 50. Tackled as he kicked it by Polkinghorn. Gardner gets it to Hayes now for North Albury. Kicks it around the body. Sam Murray's first there. Bit fumbly, Sammy. Not like him. Catapan first on the ground level. Ball falls back now. Murray's going to get back on there. Now George Goody's just dove on that. The umpire says, no, I'll throw it up. And we'll have a ball up right next to the boundary in front of the Rovers bench.
That was a really good pickup from Julian Hayes. We saw a quarter time. He got a little bit of work on his hammy, so really good to see that he's under no effects from that.
Penny went without the footy. Catapan won it hard at ground level. Lewis just punched it forward for the Rovers. Broomhead working hard in defence. Trying to exit. Kicks to Goody. And Sam Murray comes across and punches it over the boundary line. And we will have it thrown back in. 50 around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. 55 around. They kicked the first 3 goals in this game. And they lead this one by 13 points. 29-16. Early stages second term for Jaco Albury-Wodonga. Broomhead working his way into this game. Polkinghorn has to hand pass backwards and retreat to Julian Hayes, who gives it back to Polkinghorn, and North Albury look to switch the football. Goes across the ground, and it's been marked deep in defence by Harry Weaven. He goes really short and finds King with a nervy kick in defence.
They're those kicks in the first quarter that were costing North Albury. They weren't hitting, but King was very good there. Goes wide now, finds Reynolds. Reynolds pushes back. He's looking for something. A lot of Rovers jumpers in front of him. Goes nice and long towards the ruckman in Hanrahan, but Christie's in front of him. Christie did well, fell to Boyd. Boyd just gets on the boot and it's a tumbler. Oh. It's bounced in that wind and got over the back. It's a race now between Marklew and King. King wins it, gets a handball over towards Hayes. Booth come off the bench and influences the contest, goes to Philo. Philo hands it back towards Booth, and George Goody comes in and saves the day again. Captain Courageous for North Albury just gets it over the line. We'll have a ball in. I reckon we'll hear about 30 seconds ago, Panda, and we'll have another one right in front of the Rovers bench.
Just wonder how much that hammy is disturbing Julian Hayes. He's had 3 touches this quarter, all handballs. Wasn't moving that well to chase after the last footy there. Probably a bit of a watch on him there.
Toss back in. Christie won it out of the ruck. Edges it inside, attacking 50. Archer Gardner put under a very good pressure by the Rovers. Goody's going to get crunched by McCartney over the boundary line, and it's going to get thrown back in once again in that same spot. 55 around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. You take it away, Scott Montgomery for Wing Motor Group.
There's dead patches where this umpire stood for the last 4 throw-ins. He has not had to move as the ball gets tossed in. Christie did a little bit too strong there. Gets the fist follow. Great pickup. Feeds it out to McCarthy, and it's going to be number 4 from exactly the same spot, Panda. I don't know what's going on here. Freaky, give us some stats to try and just break this up.
Well, they've had the 4 inside 50s in this quarter, the Rovers, but I'm worried about this boundary umpire's shoulder.
Can you start keeping tally on how many we throw in from this spot?
Well, he's doing a bloody good job.
He's into the wind too. The ball, that's got to be a free kick to Christie. Yeah, the umpire out of zones, decided to pay it. Hanrahan jumped all over him. So Will Christie will have the free kick about 55, 60 away from goal. He's just looking for an option, told to play on now. They all come at him, the North Albury boys. Ball's just to the top of the goal square. Who's there? Oh, fly from Cooper. Doesn't quite take it. Gaston gets a handball to Philo. Philo tackled straight away. Ball falls to ground. A lot of scrambling. Ramage is there for North Albury, and we're going to have a ball up. But what a fly from Nathan Cooper. If he had taken that, it would have been a Mawson's concrete mark of the day for sure. Just not quite taking it in that breeze.
Not sure Sam Murray would have liked him flying that high.
Probably not.
Might have just taken the gliss off that wonderful mark he took last week. And we have another boundary
One
throw
of the 40-wing stats, please. That's number 6 coming up.
Have to be.
From the exact same position.
Wow.
North Albury just cleared it out of defence, and it's tossed back in, 60 around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. Right in front of the netball pocket here at Button Park. Pay that boundary umpire double as Sam Murray kicks it tight up against the boundary. Cooper! Too tall, too strong out the back. It held up beautifully in the air. He put the jukes up, and he's taken a mark 15 metres out slide angle.
Yeah, really good positioning of the kick by Sam Murray as well. Just put it in a really dangerous position. And Nathan Cooper, we saw fly for that last one previously about 30 seconds ago. Took a really easy mark there. Just ball held up a little bit for him and really strong mark inside that forward 50 for the Rovers.
So he's going to elect to go the drop punt here, Nathan Cooper. Instead of running around and snapping. He is a defender. He says, stuff you, Panda. He runs around, snaps a goal. Nathan Cooper kicks the steel line goal today for the Wangaratta Rovers. Wonder if that's one of his first in Rovers colours, actually.
I reckon it'll be very, very close.
I was just thinking as he was running in, how much goal kicking practice would he actually do being a defender down to where? Quickly.
I honestly think he would have kicked none, Freaky. Even at training, I reckon he'd be the guy in the goal square kicking it back. So that goal then takes the Rovers to 5-5-35. North Albury 2-4-16 on the CMV truck and bus. And we've gone 6.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock. I'll tell you what, it's a good start for the Rovers. North Albury had their chances early in this quarter. They probably should have taken, with Josh Minogue missing that one, hitting the post. He'll rue that. Ball gets tossed up in the middle now. Great tap, won by Hutchison. Ball's the way of Penny. Handball's out, but it goes the way of Philo. Philo's handball gets chopped off, and Christie's gets taken high. He's going to get another free kick. A little bit sloppy there from Hutchison. It's got to be a little bit better. And Christie will give it to his coach in Murray. Murray goes short towards McCartney. Not very good. Now it falls the way of Penny. Penny's on the run, but gets tackled straight away by Catapan. Ball falls away, the ruckman in Hutchison. Hutchison feeds it back to Campbell. Campbell goes inside 50, looking for Minogue. Minogue's got front position. He's going to get a free kick. Jason McQuaig held on. Benny Fulford plays on. Kicks the goal. Ben Fulford played on. Advantage free kick. Puts it straight through the middle for a steel line goal today. That's North Albury's third. Takes them to 3-4-22. The Rovers 5-5-35 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Yeah, really good response there. One through, so he's done a couple of nice things fully, but just hasn't been able to get himself quite into the game quite regularly. Going to need his leg speed up the forward half here for the Hoppers today to be able to get back right into this game. And yeah, if they can get this next one, it'd be great. That miss from Minogue early in this quarter might be really one they rue later in the game.
I tell you what, though, it's the first time of the year we've seen Jace McQuaid put under just a little bit of pressure.
When you get the balls in there quick, one-on-one, defenders are the ones that grab.
Josh Minogue probably winning that battle at the moment. Only the one goal to show for it, and another ball up in the middle of the ground. Penny's gotten a little bit busy for North Albury. They trail by 13, 22-35. Goody working hard in the middle. O'Brien. And it spills the way of Penny and Garish. Riley Smith picks it up for the Hoppers. Kicks it to half forward. Dennis Marks playing in front. 65 from home. Plays on straight away. A beautiful little chip into the hole.
Tom Boyd's done an ankle here, boys.
And Keith Talent will mark from 45 metres out directly in front. And Tom Boyd looks very sore for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's pointing towards the boundary, the interchange, sorry. He looked like he was going to start coming, but he's gone down to the goal square. But really great play there by the Hoppers to be able to set that one up there. Keith Talent's doing really good things for the Hoppers today.
So he's going to kick from 45 metres out directly in front. It's a hard kick into the breeze for Keith Talent. The boy from Brock Burham. It holds up in the wind. It comes back. It doesn't make the distance. It's through for a minor score. North Albury 3-5-23. The Rovers 5-5-35. It's a 2-goal ball game here on O&M Live where you won't miss a thing. 10 minutes played. Macca's time clock. Scott Montgomery.
Tom Boyd had us all fooled because he just led beautifully for that footy as Ellison finds him. Boyd now inside D50. Goes nice and long down the line, and why not when you got this sort of breeze? Ball's just going to keep travelling, and it does. Finds Williamson out the back, gives a quick handball to Gaston, but the boundary line wins in the end as the ball goes over the line. We'll have boundary throwing on the opposite side of the ground in nearly the same position as what we've had on this side.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, the Rovers have been able to dominate the inside 50s in this second quarter. They've had 6-3, been able to put it on the scoreboard. The Hoppers have only had the 3 and be able to kick 1 goal 1. So just need a little bit more forward entries and to hit the scoreboard a bit more regularly in this game.
Murray with another clearance out of the middle. Dribbles it inside attacking 50. Reynolds picked it up for North Albury. A great hand pass there from Wiedemann on to Goody, who links up with Julian Hayes, who once again goes by hand. He looks a little bit proppy. Polkinghorn kicks to space. All Rovers right on our broadcast position. But Keith Talent comes up and just impacts the contest and wins a boundary throw-in. Just forward to centre for North Albury.
It was a massive contest there for Keith Talent to win there. It's a 3-on-1, be able to get the ball out of bounds. Still about 70 or 80 metres around from goal. It was a huge contest one there for the Hoppers.
Let's be on Julian Hayes' watch, I reckon. If he hasn't kicked it yet, he normally loves to kick it. The ball gets tossed in. Christie picks it up. We're going to have a repeat stoppage. We spoke about this earlier. It's going to keep happening all day. This breeze is going to keep the ball around each stoppage, I feel. And lots of numbers up around him. Christie versus Hutchison. Hutchison giving him the tap. Falls away of Garish for the Rovers. Tackled straight away by Fulford and over the boundary line. And we'll have another stoppage.
Fully flipped him like John Cena.
Fully had him lined up from about 20 metres away. Just saw him and went straight for him.
Probably, I'd love to see those two in a foot race, to be honest. I reckon it'll be a great little foot race. Tossed in again. Hutchison, give him that tap again. Taps it backwards, goes to Broomhead. Broomhead now just sweeps around on his left. Didn't want to kick it on the left, but gives a handball now. Comes the way of Campbell, finds Winter. Goes inside 50 by Hannes. Not a great option. Ellison chops it off and he goes sideways. Finds the coach in Murray. Murray just takes off. Takes on Goody and he keeps going. Gets it inside 50. And look at that for a kick out in front of Mark Lou. Elmer Fudd runs onto it. Kick around the body. Oh, not quite. Misses to the near side. Through for a minor score. Takes the Rovers 5-6-36. North Albury 3-5-23. That's a 13-point lead on the CMV truck and bus. We've gone 11.5 on the Macca's time clock.
We're going to be really on Julian Hayes' watch now. He's going to have to kick it here, see how that leg really is.
So Julian Hayes, deep in defence for North Albury. Kicks it long down the wing. Big leap there from Weaven. Almost gave away a free kick. Murray sweeps up. Back to Nolan. Christie. They all link up by hand to Ledger. His kick was partially smothered off a step. McCarthy was drilled. And we're going to have a ball up centre wing in front of the Rovers bench, broadcast side. They lead this one 36-23. Middle part of the second term for CMV truck and bus here on O&M Live. Great to have your company. As Hanrahan wins the tap down to Broomhead, fighting through that tag of McCarthy. Penny spins out of traffic. So lucky not to be caught holding the ball. Murray runs it over the boundary line. Stalemate, Brad Freak for McRae Motors.
Yeah, it certainly is in the second quarter for the 40 Wings. Obviously, we're up to Julian Hayes had the 4 disposals, 4 inside 50s for North Albury, 8 inside 50s for the Wangaratta Rovers, and Sam Murray, he's up to 13 disposals in this game.
Ball gets tossed in. We're going to see a free kick. I'm not sure who to. Yeah, it's going to go that way to Hanrahan. Gatto trying to say it should have been his, but Hanrahan's going to get it for North Albury.
Bad day to be a ruckman today with this
the ball. It's not helping him. And that umpire's shoulder's getting sore because he's had to do a lot of work this quarter.
He's a chance for our player of the day.
I think he is. 3 votes on the MVP for Ultimate Fastener. The ball now gets spoiled by Ledger and it's going to go out of bounds again. We have another boundary throw-in. We've had more boundary throw-ins today than I've seen in the first 5 games.
At least it's on this side of the play.
You don't mind it, do you? You don't mind it at all. I think the breeze is helping. 86 getting stuck to our side. It is coming this way a little bit.
Oh, mate, again, his
shoulder. He's going to need a reco after today, and it's just that wind's picked it up again, and we're just seeing tussles in the ruck all day. Broomhead gives it to Winter, finds it to Ramage. Ball back to now Broomhead. Broomhead back to Ramage, inside 50. Where's the kick gone? It's gone wide. Falls away of Gardner. Great pick up. Now to Minogue. Minogue around the body. One-on-one in the goal square. Well done, Ledger. Punch through from Boyd. And we'll get a boundary throw-in, actually. Must have just gone to the left-hand side of that point post. Boundary throw-in right next to that point post at the North Auburn end of the ground near the scoreboard.
Yeah, really good punch there by Boyd, just to get it out of bounds, just to kill the contest. There was a couple of North Auburn players hovering around there, but really smart work to get it out of bounds.
In attacking 50, boundary throw-in here for North Aubrey. Spills the way of Broomhead. Clever hand pass on to Winter. There's a free kick here to Broomhead.
Yeah, McCartney's held on to him, threw him to the ground.
Who's fighting through that tag at the moment. He's injecting himself in this game, Brad Freak.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's up to, this will be his 6th disposal this quarter in the 40-wing stat sheet, 9 for the game. So we obviously saw on Anzac Day he got tagged by Jake Page, and obviously today Lockie McCartney's doing the same thing. He's fighting his way through it today.
I think against Jake Page, he didn't work as hard as what we've seen him work in this quarter. He's gone to work at stoppage and really got on the fly, which has really put McCartney under pressure.
Wind blowing big time in this box. Paper everywhere as Tim Broomhead kicks on goal. It's across the face. Ruining a couple of missed opportunities here, the North Aubrey Hoppers. Across the face, 3-6-24 to the Rovers, 5-6-36. Back to that 2-goal margin. It's been hovering around that, Brad Freak, on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard for a while.
Yeah, it certainly has been. Really just in a stalemate, the game, isn't it? There hasn't been a lot of open play, really good defensive work from each team. And, you know, this wind as well is playing a bit of havoc with the skills out there. So it's a really even contest at the moment. Just those couple of girls early that the Rovers were able to get has got their break in this game.
All sides have been used to brilliant weather for the first 5 rounds, and we've finally seen the first bit of a nothing day, Monty.
And the skills level shows as Cooper just drops an absolute sitter, but he fed it back down to O'Brien. O'Brien goes long. Wiedemann gets back and influences the contest. Kicked off the ground there by Lewis. It's a foot race. Elmer Fudd's the first there. There's 3 Rovers there. Fudd, what are you doing from the top of the goal square? Misses. Had a lot more time. They were all Rovers around him. He liked his time again there. He could have given a handball. He could have run it into the goal line. But Elmer Fudd misses to the right-hand side. Through for a minor score, 5-7-37, 3-6-24. Rovers lead on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Probably just rushed it a little bit, didn't he? Had a little bit more time, and he had Rovers players around him. That little bit of pressure of footsteps around him, might have thought they were North Aubrey defenders around him, but all his own teammates.
What they have done, though, is transition the footy pretty quickly a couple of times this quarter, the Rovers. And here they go again. Kai Williamson running into an open goal and finishing a point. The wind took that at right angles through for a minor score. He was 30 metres out, no one around him. Set sail and it's through for a minor score. So the Rovers doing all the attacking. 5-8-38. North Aubrey 3-6-24 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. 16 played, Macca's time clock.
Yeah, Timmy Broomhead coming up for his 7th disposal now on the 40-wing stat sheet. Really working hard to shake that tag.
Oh, not a great one either. Yes, finds O'Brien. O'Brien moves it on straight away. He's got Cooper in the goal square all by himself. Cooper, too big, too strong. Nathan Cooper with the Mawson's concrete. Mark of the day right there. Smart O'Brien got it to the one-on-one straight away. And the big Werribee fullback is playing at full forward today to the Rovers. Will be going back for his 2nd.
Yeah, Timmy Broomhead obviously turned that ball over to Lockie O'Brien. Quick kick in, and Timmy had to try and defend that. He was never going to win that one-on contest against Nathan Cooper. They just outsized him.
Cooper called to play on. This goes back. Timmy Broomhead's appealing for touched, but I think they're going to pay it.
They're having a chat here.
They're having a real chat. Umpire says, all clear, through for a major. That's Nathan Cooper's 2nd.
Earlier in that passage of play, it's probably one of the first times today we've been able to see the ball move quickly, and with this wind you feel like, obviously we saw Alex Markley miss that shot from top of the goal square. The conditions are going to be really conducive to the way that he wants to play his footy, get up the ground and use his leg speed towards goal to burn his defender. So just keep an eye on that one for the Hoppers in the late in his 2nd quarter. Hopefully they don't get burnt again out the back like that.
Little rainbow in the distance too. Dougie Greshke might find that one on the camera.
Got a free kick.
There's a free kick in the middle of the ground here.
It's going to go the way of the Rovers?
It's going to go the way of the Rovers. No, North Aubrey, Brad Freak.
Yeah, I thought it was for Rovers. It was the umpire out of that didn't ball the ball up. It was for too high. I didn't actually see the free kick itself.
Goody's kick is very wide, hangs a long time up in the air, but it lands in the arms of Jack Reynolds. Wants to come inboard, goes short to Foster Gardner. Edge of the centre square, half forward for North Albury. Plays on with a nice smart kick, finds Goody. He doesn't have the distance here, Goody. He's going to look to hand pass it off. Almost plays on, actually, from 50 metres out. Hand passes it to Tim Broomhead, runs around the back. His kick's a worm burner, very low. Looking for Dennis. He's been wrapped up by the Ledger tackle. Allison wraps up Gardner, and we're going to have a ball up in attacking 50 for North Albury. Sloppy entries, but they won't mind a stoppage inside attacking 50. Rovers 44, North Albury 24. 20 minutes played, Macca's time clock.
Tossed up again. We give that one to Christie. Great hands by Shag and Owen, but cut off straight away by Winter. And I think we're going to have another stoppage inside the forward 50 for North Albury.
Tommy Boyd's the only person in the goal square for North Albury down there, so if there's a quick kick along the ground, it's going to be defended pretty easily from the Rovers.
Tossed up again. Ball won by Minogue. Ball gets flicked out. Here he is, Gardner. Goes to the top of the goal square. They're back with flight. And courage. What a grab, Duncan. Kieran Duncan, I tell you what, went back with all the courage in the world right there. And the mark's taken. And little Gardner just goes over and lets Allison know he probably should have gone for that a bit harder.
Really good mark there by Duncan, just going back with the flight of the ball. Super work there, and this is a really important moment for the North Albury in this game. Really needed to capitalise and get this goal back. They've been able to get scores quickly after the Rovers have in this game.
Just needs to kick it at that left-hand goal post, I reckon, the way the wind's blowing. On the move now, Duncan goes back. He's happy with it. Straight through the middle, and look at everyone get to him. I'm saying that's his first goal in senior footy for North Albury, and isn't it great to see everyone get around him? That's North Albury's fourth on the for the day. Kieran Duncan take it. 8:44 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
I didn't know we got Panda BT in the commentary box for the day. How about Monty just aim at the left goalpost?
I like it.
Straight through the middle.
Straight through.
He must have heard me, boys. He must have heard me.
Good work, Brian.
I didn't find many kicks, but when I could, I was kicking, all right?
A Dr. Peter Larkin's injury update soon. So the margin is back to 14 points. It's hovering around this margin all day at the moment to the way of the Wangaratta Rovers. 44 plays 30. Yeah, a little story on Kieran Duncan. He used to drive in twice a week from West Wyalong to train.
That's not a good drive either.
No, it is not a good drive at all. A 3-hour drive just to train. And here's Archer Gardner out of the middle. Hand pass was intercepted. George Goody. They flick it around. Gardner goes inside attacking 50. First there is Tom Boyd, working beautifully in defence with Lockie O'Brien. Calmly goes out to the far side, kicks it to Gerish. He can run and gun. He's taken one bounce down the wing. Kicks it long to half forward.
What a kick.
Cooper comes out with the Dukes. He's already kicked two. He's too far out to score. Bombs it in. 75 metres to the FUD. A beautiful mark. Mark Lou dropped what he should have marked. It was a booming kick from Nathan Cooper. It travelled all of 70 metres, and Mark Lou spilled it. Not having the greatest day of the FUD, Scott Montgomery.
He's not. This kick now is not a great one. Whenever the head of talent, O'Brien's the first on it on that left boot. Kicks it down the line. It's going to go taken by the wind. He had a teammate all by himself, but we're going to get a free kick here, and Jackson Whedon will be the recipient. But that kick from Nathan Cooper, as you said, Panda, wow, that went 60, 70 metres. And it was great vision too to find Mark Lou, who just slipped out the back. As Gardner now plays on straight away. Kicks it down the line. It's going to go close to that line again. Kicked it to the brother. Umpire said that's a mark. Little Foster doesn't mind a little bit of nudge, does he? As Panda nods his head and says yes, he does. Foster Gardner just looking for an option. It's a good grab with Tom Boyd closing down on him quickly. Called the play on now. Just kicks it high into the wind. Jumping up high was Hutchison. Gets over the back. He's going to pay unrealistic, which is probably the right call because he didn't get a hand on it. It'll be a free kick to Will Christie on the half-back flank.
Definitely the right call there. Hutchison saw some big dreams but just couldn't bring it down there.
Thought he was Nathan Cooper.
He did. Geez, that kick was impressive. That was 70 metres.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
And Christie's kick's every bit of 65 metres as well. Riley Smith tries to take a almighty chest mark, and here come the Rovers again off the boot of McCartney. Wiedemann's going to be first there in defensive 50 for North Albury. Hand passes it backwards to Ramage. And there's been another John Cena-style tackle from Dylan Wilson on Riley Smith. And it's a boundary throw in, 45 around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. 44 plays 30 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We've played around 22 minutes on the Macca's time clock in this second term. Thrown back in by the best player on the ground, the boundary umpire. Julian Hayes tackled hard by Brody Philo.
Looks sore, Julian.
They're going to be a ball up. 40 around from the Rovers goal. Take it away, Mont for Wang Motor Group.
Brody Philo doesn't like tackling very often, but I tell you what, that was a good one. Ball's going to get tossed up as you said, 40 metres away from the goals. Getting up nice and high. Christie wins the tap. Falls away with that man Philo. Tackled straight away by Gardner. Nice tackle. And we'll get another repeat stoppage. Oh, I reckon we've had 30 repeat stoppages today. It just continually happens.
Wind and just that little spit that's still spitting.
It's a little bit fumbly around the ball. Ball gets tossed up again. Gaston up. Doesn't win it. Falls away. Winter. Goody on the boot quickly. Ball comes out. Touch ball, says the umpire. Shagging on his punches it. Christie gets it now out of the air. Ball falls away of Dennis. Taken straight to ground, and now Talent's over it. And we're going to get another stoppage, I feel. No, ball's going to pop out now. It does. Dennis, nice little tackle. Out from Winter. Timmy Broomhead, what's he going to do with it? Decides to go back inboard, finds Goody. And he'll take his time. Nothing down the line, did he? It was a smart play by Timmy, and he's starting to work into this game beautifully. And he found his captain in George Goody.
He goes wide to Archer Gardner. You're right, Monty. He had nothing to kick to at half forward. And they're just going to try and chip the ball around a little bit here, North Albury. Hold on to a bit of possession. As they do that, they play on straight away. Archer Gardner kicks it to half forward. Big pack between Minogue, Hanrahan and Boyd. Allison gets taken high by Talent. Xavier, his kick is really wide. Alex Marklew overran the football. And we have a boundary throw-in on centre wing.
Man. This is our man again.
Who's had 25 boundary throw-ins on the 40-wing stat sheet. The Rovers by 14 points, almost half-time here at Button Park, Brad Freak.
Yeah, Tim Broomhead up to 8 disposals now in this second term. He's really working hard to break that tag.
Gardner tackled straight away by Canapan, and he's done well to get out of it. Gives a handball towards the brother, but misses him. Over the top, Lockie O'Brien. Tackled straight away there by Foster. And the umpire's going to ball it up. Just a little bit fumbly there, the North Albury boys, just missing targets.
Another one as well, Archer Gardner's got going in this second term. He's up to 8 disposals as well.
It's been great. I feel he's one of the guys that can break the game open. Give that tap to Hanrahan. Osborne over the footy. Tackled straight away by Winter. I reckon we'll get another repeat stoppage here, boys. Tell you what, Pan, I'm going to let you take this one away because I've just had 3 in a row and they've been all ordinary.
They have indeed. At least we have a close ball game here at Button Park. There hasn't been more than sort of 20 points in it all day. Goody intercepted here by Murray on his right foot. Nice kick to half forward. Wilson and Riley Smith go up against it, and I think Wilson's given away a free kick, has he?
Yeah, front on contact. I think it will push or one of the either. Penny, take your pick, mate.
We'll go with front on contact. Smith's kick's a very nervous one. Finds Caden Winter, a true centre half back. And he chips it back to Jackson Wiedemann. We'll go around the ground soon for Wangaratta Mazda. We'll chase a Ray White Rural Netball update if we can as well, as Julian Hayes kicks it to Campbell on centre wing far side. So they've switched the footy beautifully. They got the outnumber at the back here. Foster Gardner was all alone and dropped an easy mark like Alex Marklew minutes ago. And here come the Rovers. They transition the footy to half forward, but Julian Hayes, like a good defender, takes a calm mark at half back. The Rovers by 14. Bit of ping pong footy here at the moment, Monty.
Yeah, conditions are conducive to that. Bit of wind, bit of rain. It's still spitting as King. Nice little work on the mark. Just gets around him. Gets towards the ruckman. Nice little contest. Gets out the back. Shaganol and tackled straight away from Benny Fulford. Will Christie now for the Rovers. Gives a handball. Gets tackled. Ball just fumbles around. Fulford back over it. He's played for that. He's done well. Yeah. The umpire's fallen for it. I think the Oscar might go to Benny Fulford after that one. He threw the head back and the arms out. Made sure the umpire saw it, and he's paid it. Fulford plays on straight away. He loves that. Use the umpire to shepherd the mark. Benny Fulford sets sail, and the wind grabbed it again very late. He nearly made his way to us to celebrate, Benny then. Through for a minor score. The 13-point lead to the Rovers on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard as we go around the grounds, thanks to Wangaratta Mazda.
Yeah, Yarrawonga 73 lead the Raiders 27, Myrtleford 54 lead Coro at 25, Wangaratta 41 lead Lavington 11, Wodonga Bulldogs 47 lead the Albury Tigers 32.
So interesting scores in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. Looks like we have the closest game here at halftime. The Wangaratta Rovers 6-8-44. Holding on a 13-point lead over the North Albury Hoppers, 4-7-31. Bit of an ordinary quarter, but the Hoppers will be happy that they're still within striking distance against the Wangaratta Rovers. Halftime show for Maccas on the other side of this. We're going to take a break here on O&M Live. Stay with us, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
You're clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services, maybe caring for animals through veterinary science. With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, Learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Visit apply.mcdonalds.com.au.
O&M Live on 3NE.
Halftime show, all thanks to Macca's here at Button Park, where it looks like the sun's out a little bit at the moment. We've had everything today. 44-31, the Wangaratta Rovers lead over the North Albury Hoppers in what Brad Freak beautifully described as a bit of a stalemate in that second quarter. We were just talking off air, 2 goals each. Wangaratta Rovers had the breeze that quarter. It dropped off a little bit, but it's just a really evenly poised, probably game at the moment, Freaky.
Well, the difference in the game is probably the first 10 minutes where the Rovers were able to kick 3 goals. And after that period of play, it's probably been really even. You know, we've touched on numerous times throughout the call the breeze that's going to one end of the ground, the scoreboard end. Against the scoreboard end, the club room's end, and it really hasn't played that much part in the game. If anything, it's probably caused a little bit more havoc for the teams going that way. We saw Al Markley drop a mark, a bit more with the breeze going over the top, just a few little things of that. But Yeah, really even game of football so far.
There's been 6 goals kicked into the Breeze and 4 goals kicked with the Breeze so far.
figure.
So work that one out. But you can see the ball does just travel. We saw that Nathan Cooper kick as we spoke about.
That was 65 metres.
It went a long way. And he's vision to see that, because what happened was Mark Clue's direct opponent went to go to the pocket to help out in a 2-on-1. And he just pulled the kick at the last minute, didn't he, just to get it across. And to still have that sort of power just showed, I think the wind might have helped it as well. But it just kept going. And yeah, there's definitely that advantage to the clubroom ends, but the teams aren't taking advantage of it at the moment.
No, so a 13-point ball game to the way of the Wangaratta Rovers here at halftime as we go to Brad Freak on our 40-wing stat sheet. Who were some of the major ball winners and some of those team stats on your wet stat sheet, Freaky, here in the scaffold at North Albury?
Yeah, in that first half, obviously, Sammy Murray had the 14 disposals. He's the leading stat getter on our stat sheet. Lockie O'Brien had the 13 as well, 10 for Brodie Philo on the Wangaratta Rovers side of things. Pretty even for the North Albury side of things as well. Got Julian Hayes, who we think might have a little bit of an injury there to his hamstring. Took a while before he looked comfortable to kick the ball. He's their leading disposal getter. He's up to 12. He had 7 disposals, but a lot of them have been handballs in that second quarter. I only had 1
kick that quarter.
Yeah.
It was a kick deep in the pocket.
Yep. So just a bit of a watch there for him. 11 disposals for George Goody and Tim Broomhead. Timmy had the 8 disposals in that second term, who really just started working his way into that game. And Caden Winter and Archie Gardner, who also had 8 disposals in that quarter, is up to 10 apiece there as well. If we have a look at the team stats, Rovers probably just got their noses just a little bit in front in the inside 50s, 21-16. They had a lot of them early in the quarter, but obviously weren't able to capitalise in front of goals. And if we have a look, in centre clearances, 4-2 in favour of the Rovers in that first half as well. So it's pretty even, as we touched on. It's just going to be about, in these conditions, what team can use the footy a little bit better and take their opportunities in front of goal.
The 6 goal kickers, the goal kickers for the Wangaratta Rovers, 2 to Dylan Wilson, 2-2 all in the opening quarter, 2 goals to Nathan Cooper. We've had 1 to Sam Catapan and 1 to Jack Gerish, while for the North Albury Hoppers, all single goal kickers, 1 to Ben Fulford, who's looked pretty lively today, Foster Gardner, Josh Minogue, and also Kieran Duncan. Monty, what are you noticing out there from both sides? I think the Wangaratta Rovers, as we touched on, certainly started this game, really red hot. Their pressure was right up. They forced a couple of front half turnovers, but to North Albury's credit, they've been able to even up the contest.
Yeah, I think they've been fantastic, North Albury. They withstood the storm that came early, and they've been able to just grind away. We saw in that second quarter 2 goals apiece, so basically a break-even quarter for them. But I just feel that, Rovers just got that feel about them. If they just clean up a little bit, their mistakes are in their front half at the moment, whereas with North Albury, their mistakes are in their back half, which is really, really alarming, because that's normally where you want your good ball users getting, and where you want your possessions from, or your chains to go inside 50. And if you're turning over there, you're in a lot of trouble, and we've seen that a bit already. They're just a bit shaky and a bit fumbly in that back half, which is, I feel that, if they clean that up, they'll be right in the game. But if Rovers clean their mistakes up, I feel that they could really blow apart this game, because their mistakes are in a more dangerous area at the moment for them, whereas North Albury is in a dangerous area going the other way as well. So, I just feel that they're the team that could blow this open if they can just clean up a few things.
It's funny, Freaky, from a Rovers perspective, looking at my team sheet here, I feel like no one's really stood out to me in that opening half.
No, especially in the first quarter, probably had a couple of guys stand out a little bit, obviously Dylan Wilson and Tommy Boyd, but it's really hard. It's just, again, that's probably the level that the Rovers have got to this year. They've been able to have a really even contribution across the side, and you don't need haven't had people at different times really stand out. They've just had a really good team performance to be able to get them over the line. A lot of games so far this year. Obviously, the 13-point lead at the moment here at halftime, and really even performance from the team as well, as we touched on. Sam Murray had a really good first quarter, a bit quieter that second quarter. Still got plenty of touches, but probably didn't have the influence on the game he did in that first term. And I mean, it's probably the signs the Rovers are showing that they are a quality side. You probably could say very similar things for North Albury as well, though. They haven't probably had anybody that's really stood above everybody else. They've had some really solid contributions from players, but I wouldn't say there's a real clear best player on the ground at the moment for either side, and it's probably a good sign for both teams.
Who's winning our Harvey Norman betting player of the day at the moment, Monty, other than the boundary umpire?
Probably Lockie O'Brien, nearly up for me. I thought that quarter he really worked into it. He's just doing his own thing. I'd love him to get more of it centre forward. He gets a lot of it. Gets a lot of it across half back, and he does work really hard. But I'd love to see him kicking that footy inside 50 a little bit more, because he's such a damaging kick when he gets moving.
Have you seen the ruck battle at the moment, Freaky and Monty? I mean, you got the 2-pronged attack essentially with North Albury in in Hanrahan and also Hutchison, whereas Shane Gaston's pretty much playing full-time forward for the Wangaratta Rovers, and Christie's doing the bulk of the ruck.
Yeah, well, it's a really interesting battle. Obviously, Christie looks sore. He doesn't look like he's jumping real well, and the Hoppers, ruckman in Hanrahan and Hutchison,
Hanrahan's got quite a leap.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're really using it to their advantage. They're really trying to get some body onto him at every time that they can, and it's probably affecting Christie a little bit around the ground. He probably hasn't been as dominant around the ground as we have seen at times this year. So I think for North Albury to win the game, if they can slow down Christie, which they seem to be doing, and also not letting Tom Boyd have a real big influence across that half-back line in the second half, that's going to go a long way for them winning the game, because those two guys have been super in a lot of the victories that the Rovers have had this year.
Yeah, I think the work that the North Albury ruckman are putting into Will Christie away from the footy has been fantastic. He likes to come set up, kick behind, especially when he gets within probably 60 or 70 metres, and Gaston does the forward line ruck work. I just feel that the work, they're coming with him nearly and just making him be accountable, and then they're pushing him deep inside 50 and making him chase, which I feel that could wear him out. But again, we said Shane Gaston could go in there and help him out if needed later on in the game, but maybe because it's a bit cooler conditions, it might not take it out of Will, and he might be able to continue going in there most of the day.
Just got some A-grade netball scores from around the ground. So the Wangaratta Magpies defeated Lavington 49-35. Cora Rutherglen defeated Myrtleford in our netball broadcast game 60-38. So next week, guys, we have Cora Rutherglen taking on Wangaratta, both 6-0, which is going to be a beauty. We might have to call that one next week. North Albury up against the Wangaratta Rovers. North Albury won that one by 21 goals. Wodonga 44 with a win over Albury 36. And Yarrawonga 52 have defeated the Raiders 36. So a big upset there to the Yarrawonga Pigeons. If we go around the grounds in the footy, Freaky?
Yeah, in the games, Yarrawonga, we started that game. Yarrawonga too good for Raiders at the moment. 86 lead the Raiders 27. Myrtleford against the Cora. Cora look like they're coming back into that game a little bit. 54-25. Down to the Norm Mins, Wangaratta 41, lead Lavington 11. And across the road at Martin Park, Wodonga Bulldogs 47, lead the Albury Tigers 32 in that game there.
If you would have told me after 7 minutes of this game that we would have the closest one at half time, I would have said, I don't think so, because the Rovers have kicked the first 3 goals and they looked red hot. But it looks like we have the closest game at the moment. Obviously, a big watch on that Wodonga-Albury game as well. The goal kickers for Yarrawonga in that game, Monty,
just the two
against
big
the Raiders?
Yeah, 2 big forwards have gone and kicked 4 in the first half, Matty Casey and Lee Williams. It's good to see Lee Williams start to hit a bit of form. He's been carrying a little bit in the first few weeks, and yeah, it's good to see him hit the scoreboard, because we know when he's up and going, he's a 100-goal kicker really in this competition.
Interesting scoreline as well. The Wang Magpies 5-11, 41 to Lavington 1 goal 5. So poor kicking from both sides, but you feel like, pardon me, the Wangaratta Magpies are right on top in that one, Freaky.
Yeah, they certainly appear to be that way, definitely in that first half of that game. You think that if they can clear up that goal kicking, they'd be able to kick away. But the same thing for Lavington as well, if they're able to get their goal kicking boots on, which we've seen at times. They do have some pretty poor kicking in front of goals. They might be able to get back into that game as well.
Tied it up this year, really. Like last year was the one that cost them nearly 3 or 4 games. I think just their goal kicking was really poor. And yeah, this year they've tied it up, but obviously it's gone. It must be really windy down there, as I'm going to say.
And it's gone the other way for them. I think the win against Albury kicked 4-15, and they were able to get the win. So what comes around, swings and roundabouts, they say.
It always, what goes around comes around, isn't it?
That's it. They've been able to get a bit of their own medicine. So it's really interesting poise in those games there. What do you reckon that the Hoppers need to do in this second half, Mon, to be able to get back into this game? Is it a bit of the third quarter is really important, because the Rovers are going to come home with, well, we talk about this breeze, but they are going to come home with it.
Yep.
So is this a really important quarter, not to let the Rovers get too far ahead, or they need to just keep even with them throughout this third?
No, I think they've got to try and put their foot down and try and get a lead by 3/4 time, because I think, as you spoke about, with coming home with that breeze, you'd be very, very cocksure of yourself, I reckon. I reckon you'd be half a chance of being able to run over a team with that sort of breeze. But I reckon they've got to defend the ground better when they're kicking with this breeze, North Albury. They cannot let the Rovers transition the footy into the breeze the way they were able to in that first quarter, because they just got to the inside 50 way too easily.
Look at that. My old man's brought up some sandwiches for us, boys.
You're not bad, are you? Yeah, I heard you yell out to him you wanted some food, and geez, he looks out for you.
That's what you get at North Albury. Isn't that fantastic? Well done to my old man. We have to give him he's probably the anytime fitness player of the day at the moment almost. We can't
just
pick
behind
one.
The boundary umpire.
Just behind the boundary umpire. Good to see the Oz kickers out on the far side of the ground as well. Let's take a break. The umpires are out on the ground. When we come back, the first bounce of the second half. It's the Rovers by 13, 44-31. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
You're clear.
Thanks, Cam.
there before. There was kids walking past. I'm like, oh no, I had to run down to the netball court.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Button Park for Albury Wodonga MG. The Rovers 44, North Albury 31. I feel like the first goal in this third term is massive, Monty.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think the Rovers get it, they might get a bit of momentum, but if North Albury get it, they'll really believe that they can really kick on in this game, and that's exactly what they need to do, get this first goal and really start it off.
The wind has picked up. North Albury are kicking with it to the club room's end, and here's Scott Montgomery for Wangaratta Motor Group in the second half.
Third quarter, thanks to Albury Wodonga MG, falls away of Murray, tackled straight away. He's going to get the free kick. A little bit stiff there, I think, was Jack Penny. Sam Murray He'll use that left boot and just go deep inside 50. A little bit off the side of the boot, but it's out in front of Marklew. Gets there and just knocks it down. Broome heads the one there for North Albury, but Catapan stole it from him. Just gets a high up and under. Gasson's first there. Doesn't take it. Well done, Jack King. Gets the spoil. Ball falls to Cooper. Cooper tackled as soon as he takes possession.
Thought Gaston was a bit stiff.
Yeah, a little bit. Hugged. Probably should have taken it still. Wasn't a hard one. Bounced off his chest and we'll have a ball up. 30 away from the Rovers goals.
Played about 30 seconds. First inside 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers here on the Macca's time clock. Julian Hayes once again has to test that right hamstring. Clears defensive lines to the wing. A one-on-one chase between Archer Gardner and Kai Williamson. Gardner wins out, taps it to his advantage and then comes on the inside and slips over. Had a bit of everything. Had to hand pass it out the back to Winter. He's dirty with himself there, Archer Gardner, but I thought he did okay. Just to even up that contest.
Went touch of ground there, just couldn't keep his feet, could he?
You were right, Penny. You touched on off air. This side of the ground is a lot more lush than the rest of the ground. So with that little bit of rain around, it's going to be a little bit slippery, probably 10 metres in from the boundary on this side of the ground.
Boundary throw in, broadcast side. Spills the way of Gardner on centre wing. Penny sweeps it back to Winter, onto Goody, who goes back to Polkinghorn. He goes to Winter. Nice little kick to a couple of hoppers. And Kieran Duncan marks. Still right on centre wing, Monty.
Two bald fellas. Ellison and the young fella in Duncan now. Just sends it long, goes towards Minogue. Well done, McQuaid. Gets a fist on it, falls away. Goody got taken high. Umpire put the whistle to the mouth and said, nope, not high enough. And goes sideways to O'Brien. Your mate Oscar down there wasn't very happy, I don't think, there, Pan. And lucky he still had that effects mic turned off from half time. There's now Sammy Murray. He's just going to take the easy one, which I like about the Rovers this year. They just take that easy one. They don't bite anything off they can't chew. They just find it and they get moving.
I think you'll find they'll do that. Sorry to cut you off. In this third term, going into the breeze, be a little bit more deliberate going forward. You don't want to just bomb away and turn the footy over and give Hoppers a chance going back the other way.
I think you're spot on, Freak. Here's Ledger now. Goes short towards Cooper. Nice little pick up back to Ledger. He's in a bit of trouble now. That's a great tackle by Weaven. He's going to get rewarded. Weaven now. No, Dennis just goes with the advantage and says, goal, take this one. He kicks it long and deep towards Talent. Well done there, Tommy Boyd. Well done. And Sam Murray's back there just telling his boys, just got to slow down a little bit. No need for that 1-2 stuff. Let's just go back and control the footy.
Boundary throw in, deep into attack for North Albury. 2.5 minutes played Macca's time clock. Still a 13-point lead to the Rovers on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Minogue and Christie doing the ruck work. Minogue does well. Hand pass it to Broomhead. His kick was smothered. Over this football is Winter, and we've got a stalemate inside attacking 50.
Another repeat stoppage.
Seen a few of those today, Monty, for Wang Motor Group. Conditions drying up just a little bit. Still quite windy here at Button Park. Lots of players around this scrappy pill, and we're going to have another ball up.
If I'm North Albury, they've got the free behind the play here. Behind the play, Jack King. Probably needs to be another 10 metres up. The ball's not going to carry that far to him.
Spot on there. The ball now flings around inside North Albury's forward 20. Sam Murray's just kicked that off the ground and Master just bounced inside the boundary line. His heart would have been in his mouth for a second there as it hit the boot. But I think you're spot on there, Freaky. If Jack King just positions himself a little bit better, he might be able to be really influential. But I think he's just trying to get in a hole there that's sort of been made by the North Albury defenders.
Hanrahan's now the spare.
As Marklew rolled up, the ball gets kicked, going to be tackled straight away. Is he going to pay a mark or is he going to pay a ball up here? Not sure what. Yep. I don't think anyone knows what's going on, but I think George Goody's going to be paid the mark. Yep. Yeah, well, righto. Well, there you go. I didn't really signal anything, just blew the whistle. And George Goody.
4 metres, didn't it?
I don't know what he was. Yeah, anyway. Goody. Well, he's going to be a tough kick from here. He sat it out into the wind beautifully. Is it going to come back enough? The wind's got hold of it now. Gets to the goal line. Touched. Through for a minor score. First score in the second half goes the way of North Albury, 4-8-32. The Rovers 6-8-44. The 12-point lead on the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard, and we're gone 4.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, we can see that just that real deliberate approach is going to be happening by the Rovers in this third quarter here with the breeze. They're kicking into. Lockie O'Brien's just got the ball here in the back pocket. But it's, going to be really methodical by the Rovers, I feel, in this third term.
And we've seen this mode happen so often for the Wangaratta Rovers in season 2024. And looks like they're just going to go into shutdown mode and try and block as much as they can from the North Albury Hoppers. And Nathan Cooper took a wonderful mark on centre wing. He's almost been the Rovers' best today as the VFL State League representative. Hand pass put Lockie O'Brien under a little bit of pressure, and his kick was very ordinary. Winter intercepts for North Albury. A good tackle, though, from
Sammy Catapan.
Sammy Catapan, you're right, Monty. I thought I was going to say Ledger for a second. Saw the blue boots, but it was Cooper's. A good tackle there by Sammy Catapan. And a ball up, just forward to centre for North Albury. Hanrahan all over Christie. Winter winning it. Penny getting past Williamson, kicking North Albury into attack, but it was set up high for Tom Boyd to leap over the top of Keith Talent and take another intercept mark, Brad Freak.
Yeah, he's just #1 player in the competition for intercept marks this year, Tommy Boyd, and he's been first class again today in that back half for the Rovers.
Yep, thanks Brad Freak for elite building and construction. There's Lockie McCartney now, put him down for a 40 wing stat. He's going to get a free kick here is Kai Williamson. Bit of a sloppy kick it was from McCartney. Just didn't quite get there for any punch, and Williamson was under the pump. Just had to make sure. There's now Williamson. Just kicks down the line, looking for the ruckman in Christie. The ball gets held up again. Cooper comes over the top, brings it to the front. Penny just to get taken out of it. Goody, clean, very good. Gives a handball to Polkinghorn. Polkinghorn now to Hayes. Didn't want to kick it, Hayes. That Hammy's definitely playing something. Gives a handball out to Ramage. Ramage to Campbell, but he turns it over. Murray sidesteps one. Goes long, but there's no one there except Harry Weaven for the Hoppers. It's a foot race between him and Gaston. Weaven gets it now, gets it back to Polkinghorn, and the Hoppers are out of trouble, and it'll be Smith who kicks them away.
He kicks across goals, wants to switch the footy, finds the left leg of Jackson Wiedemann. Off a step, beautiful kick down the middle of Button Park, finds Jack Reynolds. Still at half back. Just kicks a little one to Duncan, who's been pretty good today. Has Kieran Duncan kicked his first goal. Goes back to Julian Hayes, who wants to switch the footy beautifully. Finds Isaac Campbell on the open part of Button Park. Wants to kick inside forward 50. Not a great kick because Tom Boyd spoiled it. Sat himself beautifully in the hole and punches it over the boundary line for a boundary throw in 45 around from North's goal.
I feel like with North there, when they've got to play in a bit of a turnover and a bit of overlap play, they need to move the ball a bit quicker in this second half, especially with the breeze going that way. Really put the Rovers' defence under a lot of pressure, get the footy in there quickly.
Jeez, look at that ball hold up massively in that win. Goody just sees the first one. He gives a good handball to Winter. Caden Winter! First goal in the second half. Steal on goal today to Caden Winter. That's his first. That's North Albury's fifth. Takes them to 5-8-38. And the Rovers are, as soon as that thing gets off the score. His Corner Cafe scoreboard, and we're going 8 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
North Albury just read that throw in there, a little bit better than the Rovers there, as you touched on, Mont. Really held up in the breeze, but it's the two guys, George Goody and Caden Winter on our 40-wing stat sheet, both up to 4 disposals inside the first 8 minutes in this third quarter for the Hoppers. They're the two that are getting the business done for North Albury.
Big first goal in this third term on O&M Live. Brings a bit of life into this contest. It took 8 minutes on the Macca's time clock through the calm finish of Caden Winter. Back in the middle, Campbell played for a high free kick and got it. It's against Sam Murray. So Isaac Campbell is going to send North Albury forward again. He's got a couple of short options. Doesn't use them. Goes really wide to Fletcher Ramage. At half back. Kicks it down the wing. Interesting kick. A poor kick.
Push in the back. Push in the back.
Oh, intercepted by O'Brien, but he gave away a free kick for a push to Foster Gardner. His kick was a bit of a worm burner to Nathan Dennis. Gives it back to Foster Gardner, who got taken high, and he's going to win a free kick. So the Rovers just a little bit sloppy here. Foster Gardner on centre wing. Keeps it nice and low, looking for Minogue. Over the top, Jace McQuaid with a fist. Boyd picks it up, hacks it out of there. Holds up in the wind. Weaven over the top. I reckon it falconed him. Winter hand passes it to Weaven, who hand passes it to the edge of 50. Duncan left it behind. Nolan came through, and the Rovers through Murray are under a bit of pressure. Riley Smith grabs it, jams it on the boot, but it's Boyd. That man with another intercept defensive mark for the Wangaratta Rovers. He plays on straight away to Gerish. They're living dangerously here, the Rovers. 38-44. They lead by 6.
Yes, they are living dangerously. And I reckon young Duncan's done something to his shoulder. He can only get one hand up on the mark.
He's coming straight off.
Kicks it down the line, looking for Cooper. The two boys in blue boots. Comes to ground. O'Brien just feeds it backwards to Catapan. Tackled straight away by Goody. And we'll have a ball up.
Just got to be really smart with their ball use going inside forward 50 here at the moment. Tom Boyd has no opponent. He's literally just standing in front of Nathan Dennis down there. They've got to be smart, otherwise he's just going to keep chopping it off every time they go forward.
I reckon tossed up. We're going to get a free kick off the ball here, and it's going to go to Foster Gardner, I think.
And I reckon Keith Talon is going straight to Tom Boyd as well.
As he's come back on. The free kick, he's going to go to Foster Gardner. Free kick off the ball there in that ruck contest for too high. So
was Foster in the ruck?
No, it was off the ball a little bit. Yeah, there's the ruck contest went up. So I think he might be chatting a little bit to the boys, and they're getting a bit frustrated, the Rovers, with young Foster, as he goes long and deep inside 50. Ball over the back, claimed the mark by Christie, and he's been paid it. And he's going to be given a 50. That's a bit stiff there, I feel. Very stiff, Caden Winter. But Christie gets on the bike pretty quickly. What are they going to do? Brody Follows running next to him, wants a handball receive, and he's going to look at give it to him, and he does. He breaks the centre line now. Brody Follow just kicks it out in the space. I think he was looking for Nolan or Marklew. Marklew's the first there. Nice little tap out towards Nolan. Great handball up to O'Brien. O'Brien inside 50 of a worm burner. It's going to get over the back. Not a con bounce. Cooper's there. Around the body. Nathan Cooper! Steal line goal today. That's his third. Nathan Cooper, if you don't mind. He's playing at wrong end of the ground for Werribee, I feel. Finnick gets his third. That's 7-8-50. 5-8-38. That's a 12-point lead to the Rovers. Gone 11 minutes on the Macca's time.
There to be able to snap around on his left foot and put through his third of the day. Really, really important goal there for the Rovers to give them back out to that couple of goal buffer, which they've had for a large period of today. So really important goal with North Albury having a lot of the play in this first 11 minutes in their forward half.
A goal against the run of play that really helps the Rovers and really hurts the Hoppers. They lead by 12, and here comes Sam Murray out of the middle of the ground again. Kicks him into attack. And there's a whistle and a free kick. It's going to go the way of Alex Marklew, who plays on with advantage. Stewie Bruce going to run into an open goal. The Rovers get two inside 30 seconds. Sam Murray, big story.
That's a hammy.
Looks like he's just done his hamstring.
Well, you see all the boys around him drop their heads too. Brody Philo and Lockie O'Brien, when he must have told him.
56-38 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. We've played 12 minutes in this third quarter for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, that's really unlucky for Sammy Murray. He's had a really good third quarter as well. He's up to the 5 disposals he had in this.
Oh no, this is not what North Albury need. They're just giving away a silly free kick running through the centre square circle as the umpire's about to ball it up. As Christie plays on quickly now, O'Brien. Sorry to cut you off, Freaky. We'll get back to you in a sec. Osborne gets a handle out to Lewis. The former Corora boys link up. Go inside 50, does Lewis to the top of the goal square. Looking for that man Cooper, who's looked dangerous. Well done, Ramage. Got back and helped, and Smith now dove on it. Ball's just going to fling around a little bit. Now umpire's going to blow the whistle. No, he decided not to. Ball falls out. Broomhead just throws on that left boot. That wind just keeps taking it closer and closer towards the boundary. Bounces just inside. Now it's going to roll around and stay in. No, just bounced out. And the ball going to have a boundary throw in.
That is about the best kick for touch I've seen all year in the Ovens.
Foster Gardner just starting a little bit more again here, Pan. No, I like it. I like it. A little fella, a little bit of small man syndrome. I really, really enjoy it.
So another boundary throw in here. Looks like from the boundary umpire. Yep, you're going to have a repeat throw in. So those two goals inside 30 seconds, really powerful for the Wangaratta Rovers.
I mentioned as well with Sammy Murray going off, Cam Chamberlain's gone off as well. So they've only got two on the bench now for the rest of the game, the Rovers. So see how they use their rotations for the rest of this game.
Very good point. Very good point from Brad Freak. As Allison kicks, brings rain. Please stay away. We've had enough. Riley Smith, his hand pass intercepted by McCarthy, who edges one inside 50. Shane Gaston tried to claim the mark. He's in trouble here, and he's been told, I'm going to give it to me. Ball up inside attacking 50 for the Rovers. They lead 56-38. They've kicked the last two goals. 13 minutes played, Macca's time clock in this third quarter.
Xavier Ellison spent a lot more time around the footy today. I like it. Up around the ball, just that smart head. As the ball now, McCartney gets taken high and by says play on. There's that man Ellison I was just mentioning. Just gets it on the boot quickly. Goes towards Catapan, gets over the back, and it's just going to fall on the ground. There's Gardner, who's been the agitator for the Rovers today, and he kicks it out on the full. Going to be a free kick to Charles Ledger, 70 away from goal. I don't know where he's going. He's just heading. No, the umpire said it. No, the mark's back here. So well done, Ledger. Picked up on that. Push the mark back 20 metres. Pumps it long to the top of the goal square. That's all they're doing in this quarter. Harry Weaven takes a great intercept mark, and North Albury repel through Tim Broomhead.
So Broomhead working hard in defence. Goes out wide to Julian Hayes.
Made him work over saw
Very much so. He's got Wiedemann on short.
Broomhead just got dropped
off the ball
Cooper.
By Nathan Cooper. He doesn't like it. They just say a few little words to each other, and it's a 50-metre free kick up the ground for North Albury through the hands of Julian Hayes. He's got an option in the middle, goes short to Caden Winter. He's got Isaac Campbell all by himself at half forward, and he finds him. Isaac Campbell marks on 50, runs in off the side of the boot for a minor score. He was all alone for a long time, and it's through for a minor. 39 plays 56 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Third term action for Albury Wodonga MG, a let off for the Rovers.
Yeah, certainly was. 7 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet for North Albury in this third quarter. Just haven't been able to take full effect of the game so far. Caden Winter up to 6 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet as well.
That's Brad Freak. Franks to leap, building and construction. The ball now falls towards Garish. Oh, nice little sidestep, but not a great handball. Puts Catapan under the pump. Every time the ball's headed Sammy's way today, he has been under the pump, and we're going to get a boundary ball up. 60 away from North Albury's goal. In the position, we've had about 35 throw-ins today. There's umpire Brendan Llewellyn. Decides he's going to throw it up. He's just trying to find the ruckman. He's found him now, the two tall ones normally, Brendan. There's now Lockie McCartney. Gets it on the boot. Quickly. Snap falls away. Riley Smith first there. Justin Lewis for the Rovers gets a handball to O'Brien. O'Brien's handball's cut off. Great hands there. Great flicked around from George Goody to King. Inside 50. Over the top of Minogue. Might have got a little shove in the back. But that man, Tom Boyd, he's going to be the one that mops it up because he still has no opponent. And that's a booming kick, and it's a great kick. And he finds Kai Williamson in front of the visitors' change rooms on the far side.
And he swapped wings, Kai Williamson. He's on the far side of the ground. He's going to play on at half-back and kick this as far as he can into the breeze down the wing. Nathan Cooper meets it and marks it. He's kicked 3 goals today. Has the team of the year for the VFL fullback. Plays on. Likes an option at half forward. Out the back, Mark Lou just sat off his man. Tries to break through a couple of tackles. Finds a hand pass in Stewie Booth. Riley Smith applied a good tackle. Comes out here to the way of Wiedemann. Also, Dylan Wilson. Was he grabbed high? No. Kicks a high one inside 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers. Big pack of players. Hayes fists it towards Wiedemann, who goes back to King, and he just clears it as far as he can with a big torpedo, Monty.
Still going. It's still travelling. As the ball now falls away of Talent. Talent gets a great handball and through Dennis. Oh, great smother, Xavier Ellison. Lockie O'Brien's there, just gives the handball sideways now. Not a great one because Jack Reynolds shuts it off for North Albury. Timmy Broomhead couldn't be clean. Wasn't a great possession. Now Ellison, nice little handball. Finds Jack Garish and the run's on. He's got a lot of space. He'll take George on. He goes back inside and he does it well. Gets around one. Great chase there from Campbell. He's in a lot of trouble. He's run a long way. George Goody didn't give up. Well done, George. Great tackle. That's a Mawson's concrete play of the day from the skipper of North Albury. Did not give up on that. Jackie thought he was away, but George a little bit too quick in the end.
Great effort from Goody, who hand passes it to his mate Hayes, who ran into trouble. Bit of messy play. Talent dribbling and hitting the post. That would have been his first goal in league footy. Through for a minor score from Keith Talent and North Albury. They go to 5-10-40. We saw how inaccurate they were on Anzac Day. The Rovers 8-8-56. 18 played, Macca's time clock. 16-point lead, Freaky on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, they've really lifted in the last 5 minutes, the Hoppers haven't they? Since that last goal the Rovers have been able to get, they've been really throwing a lot of intensity into this game. Just see if they can be able to capitalise, get a score on the scoreboard.
He's got to have a score. It's George Goody. He's found his breath back after chasing that man, Garish. Hayes, great kick inside 50. Flying was Minogue, gets over the back. He's first onto it, Joshy. Great tackle, Kai Williamson. Really goal-saving tackle there. There was some numbers for North Albury inside 50. You love to see that from your smalls, that defensive winger. You like them getting back and helping out, as Kai Williamson did there. Christie versus Minogue in the ruck. Christie's got the ruck advantage and gets the tap out. Ball just falls to ground now, and we're going to have another repeat stoppage on that far side, right in front of that canteen where everyone's congregated around. I don't know if it's the canteen or the cold refreshments over there, Panda, but I'll tell you what, you take it away.
I think probably the latter. Scott Montgomery
right, on a day like today.
For Wangaratta Motor Group, and Brad Freak as well for Elite Building and Construction. Duncan, Riley Smith found a possession where there wasn't much space. The Rovers working in the size of a telephone box here. Lewis just punches it out of defensive lines. Lots of scrappy play around here, and there's a free kick. It's going to go the way of Wiedemann, I think, for contact below the knees, was it?
It was either that or kicking in danger, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. As Wiedemann sends it inside attacking 50, disappointing entry. Jack Garish comes in from the wing and takes a nice defensive mark. You watch the Rovers just go into safe mode here. as Brody Philo just takes someone on and shows a little bit of candy. Hand passes it to Jack Gerish. He comes inboard to McCarthy, who goes out wide to Mark Lew at half forward.
That's the second time 16. You said today they're going to go into slow mode, and they've played on and taken someone on, as Elmer Fudd does the same now with the outside of the boot. McCarthy, he's just been pushed over and out. Silly George, that is silly. Yep. It's so good with that tackle before, but that's the little things that can let you down sometimes in a close game like this. It's going to put McCarthy within kicking range. He's normally a very, very nice finisher. But this breeze is going to make it very difficult.
Yeah, I was going to say, just even that next kick, kicking to this breeze, being about 80 metres from home, it was just going to be a really hard next kick, but now give him a shot at goal. It could be really costly here for the Hoppers.
Absolutely. In a tight ball game, at least only 3 goals in it. McCarthy now gets moving. Sets sail. And it's gone the opposite way to every other ball that's gone that way today, I reckon. Got to be a little bit better there, McCarthy. It wasn't far away, but yeah. 1-0 Roo, 8-9-57, 5-4-40, 17-point ball game on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard.
Another intercept mark for Tom Boyd, this time not in defence, right on centre wing. Right in front of our commentary position. Likes an option, it's Philo. It's a chop of the arms and wins a free kick. Plays on straight away and pumps the Rovers back into attack. King down there. Julian Hayes roving beautifully was McCarthy. His hand pass was to a hopper though. Campbell was under pressure. Goody, did he give away another free kick to Lewis? Umpire says no. Hayes kicks it on the boot. Finds centre wing and a boundary throw in right in front of the benches here at Button Park. It's a 17-point lead to the Rovers. 21 played third term. 6 disposals for Caden Winter in this third quarter for North Albury. George Goody's up to 6 as well. 8 for Lockie O'Brien for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Oh, that umpire has thrown that straight up. It's gone about 5 metres from the boundary. I reckon this will end back, going back out as Broomhead has it, and he's run it back out. And we'll have another boundary throw in. As Timmy Broomhead just gives the umpire some advice. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. He's been tagged all day. And Benny Fulford, I reckon, is getting a bit frustrated with Shag and Nolan there, who has not left him alone either. And that ball's gone straight up again. This could end up going back out of bounds.
At least the ruckmen aren't standing 50
No, that's
back.
true. That's true. Good tackle pride by Broomhead from the guy that's tagging him all day. McCartney. Doing quite a good job at the moment.
It's been a good battle.
It has been.
I think Broomhead's fought well and McCartney's worn him like a glove.
I think so, yep. I think that second quarter, Timmy got on top, but this quarter's probably evened out again. Great tap there by Hanrahan to Winter, but it just fumbled it a little bit. Now O'Brien, we're going to have another repeat stoppage. This is 4 in a row in exactly the same spot. Freaky, give us something special, and Pan, I'll tell you what, you take it away.
Yeah, 11 inside 50s for North Albury in this third quarter. Just haven't been able to capitalise on the scoreboard. 9 for Wangaratta Rovers on the 40-wing stat sheet.
22 minutes played in the third quarter, and that was silly from Will Christie, who just ran into Hanrahan.
But he paid a block there. I thought it was going to go against Hanrahan there. That's what I was a bit...
Ruck infringements are just a lot of...
You just don't know.
You don't know either way, do you?
Yep.
Hanrahan goes short to Jack Penny, and look at the Rovers' defence just run back in numbers to clog up the space. Penny on centre wing. You got Will Christie back there. You got Tom Boyd as well. He kicks it long, and Christie.
Not one player in the Rovers' half of the ground at the moment.
Takes an intercept mark, standing in the hole, working hard for the Rovers. They lead 57 plays 40. 23 played third term for Paulie's Corner Cafe.
As the kick now from Christie goes towards Philo. Got up nice and high, but Hayes brought it to ground. Hayes tackled as soon as he's got possession. Having another ball up. I'd love to know the number of ball ups we've had today. Both ruckmen are going to be sore just from the amount of ruck contests they've had to have. As it's Christie and Hanrahan. Hanrahan tries to get up nice and high. Nice tap to Winter. Gets a quick handball towards Penny. Winter's back on it straight away to Hayes. Hayes gets it on the boot inside 50. Good run at it. Dennis! First clean run at it he's had all day. Nathan Dennis, and he'll go back, try and have a shot for his first of the day.
Yeah, really strong mark there from Nathan Dennis. It hasn't had a real big impact in the game as well today, but he's going to have a really big moment here for North Albury. They really need to get this goal, get it back down hopefully to under a couple of goals just before three-quarter time here. They've had their opportunities but haven't been able to capitalise in this third term.
Zach Hanrahan comes limping to the bench. Might have been a clash of knees in that one. Nathan Dennis has kicked 13 goals for the season so far. Sets sail. The wind might help take it in. It's taken a little bit too early for him. Misses to the near side. Through for a minor score. North Albury 5-11-41. Rovers 8-9-57 on the Paulie Corner Cafe scoreboard. Gone 24.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
I think we've only had the 3 goals in this third quarter, so you don't think it'll go very long. We've played 24.5 minutes as Allison brings it out of defence. Hutchison flew really high. Almost gave away a free kick. Philo's got busy in the last 5. Beautiful hands out to McCartney. Broomhead almost gave away a downfield free kick. Dennis, far away from home, wins it at ground level onto King. Hand pass it to Penny. Lots of players around this pill. Broomhead found a little bit of space as the siren goes. He torpedo punts at about 80 metres. And we have 3/4 time here at Button Park. A 16-point lead to the Wangaratta Rovers, 57-41. 16 scoring shots to 17, and a 16-point lead to the Rovers at the final break. That quarter went 28 minutes. We're going to take a break here on O&M Live. The Rovers by 16, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
You're clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
.com.au.
Martial arts.
fourth quarter.
Cavalier Homes. Every day lives here. Looking for your dream home? cavalierhomes.com.au.
OMFNL Live on 3NE.
Three-quarter time at Button Park in North Albury, and it's a 16-point lead to the Wangaratta Rovers. It's been that margin all day on O&M Live, 57-41 on the Worklocker Wangaratta scoreboard. Blake Panderescott with you, Scott Montgomery for Wangaratta Motor Group, Brad Freak for 40 Winks, and Elite Building and Construction. He's doing two
sponsors. He's that good.
Two jobs
Two
today.
sponsors. You're that good.
They want a piece of you.
They
want a piece of you, Freaky. What have you got for us in that third term, please?
Yeah, if we do our Cavalier Homes quarters best for that third term, we start with the North Albury side of things. I thought Caden Winter and George Goody were the two that really tried to get him going in that third term. Really good rundown tackle by Goody and really good link-up play between the two of them and kick a goal by Caden Winter in that third term. On the Rovers side of things, I think Brody Philo started getting busy in that third quarter once Sammy Murray went off with that hamstring injury, and just the ever-present Tom Boyd down in that back half for them. He's just been outstanding today. It's probably been one of his really good games for the year. But North Albury probably just letting him do what he wants down there, and they're allowing him to have such an influence on this game. And if they want to get back into this game in this last term, they've got to make sure that he's manned up, that he can't just have free run and jumps in that defensive half of the Rovers ground. If we have a look at the 40 Winks stat sheet in that third quarter, possession getters, Lockie O'Brien, he had the 8 disposals in that third term. He's had 21 for the game, 19 for Sam Murray. Unfortunately, won't see him again today with a hamstring injury. 14 disposals as well for Brody Philo. If we have a look at the North Albury side of things, 19 as well for Julian Hayes, 17 each for Caden Winter and George Goody, 14 for Tim Broomhead as well. If we have a look at the team stats, very even in that part of the ground as well. 28 inside 50s for North Albury, 30 for the Wangaratta Rovers. Outside of that, very even, 6 centre clearances to 3 throughout the day. So very evenly matched game. It's just whoever's taking their chances in front of goal is going to get the win today. Got
some news here as well. I reckon Zach Henrahan's out of the game for North Albury with a knee injury. So he hobbled to the bench and was shaking his head, so we're going to have to watch that one. Of course, 2 injuries already for the Wangaratta Rovers, Monty.
Yeah, Chamberlain and Murray both out of the game. Chamberlain had ice on his leg and also the arm in a sling at half-time, and Sammy Murray looked like he may have done a hammy, not great, so not ideal. But I don't know about this. Julian Hayes has gone in the middle here, Freak. It's a bit different to start this last quarter, and Caden Winter's gone forward, so I think he's nearly been their best around stoppage today, Caden Winter, so that's a bit of a surprise to start this last quarter.
Yeah, he has been, and Hayes has been really strong, and it's setting them up behind the player. Unfortunately for Hayes, it looks like he as well is pretty sore out there. Hasn't been using the footy by leg as much as we've normally seen as well. Plenty of strapping on that left hamstring, we believe he's got out there at the moment, but he's staying out there. He's had the 19 disposals. He's trying his best for his team, so it's an interesting move. I guess they've got to pull it early because they're going against the breeze in this last term, so it's a really important first 10 minutes here for North Albury. If the Rovers can kick a goal or two in the first 10 minutes, I feel like the game will be all over.
They've sent George Goody behind the footy to play that role that Julian Hayes normally plays.
Fourth term, all thanks to Cavalier Homes. About to get underway here at Button Park. And a 16-point lead to the Wangaratta Rovers over the North Albury Hoppers. Third versus second. Broomhead with the first clearance for the Hoppers. Kicks him into attack. It tumbles inside forward 50. Minogue is going to win a free kick for a hold. Minogue win a free kick for a hold of the jumper. I reckon both were grappling, but they always pick out the defender of that instance, Freaky.
Yeah, not the first time today we've seen that by Jason McQuaid at that end of the ground as well. Obviously, a couple of free kicks earlier. He had the shot right at the start of the second quarter, didn't he, Josh Minogue, and hit the post from the top of the goal square. So it's really important here. He's got to go back and put this one through for the Hoppers. They've got to take every opportunity they can in this last term.
Been some very different entries to what we've seen Jason McQuaid defend early on in the year because it's been nicer footy. It's been nice and long. He's been able to use his run and jump, whereas today it's been a ground level, and that's when he's sort of got a little bit shaky, I think.
So this to bring the margin back to 10 points and a goal inside the first minute. And just to give the Hoppers a bit of belief, it was always right, and it faded very far to the right, through for a minor score. 5 goals, 12, North Albury 42 to the Wangaratta Rovers, 8 goals, 9, 57. 17 scoring shots apiece, Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row here for North Albury where poor kicking is really letting them down as Ellison just takes it on, takes a bounce from full back, and this kicks it nice and long, and what a kick that is. Gets in the centre wing, finds Stewie Booth. And Ellison's kept running. He wanted the handball link up, but no, he goes a little bit wider, Booth, and finds Garish. Garish on the move now, steps back inside. He's going to bomb it nice and long to the middle of the 50. It looks like there was a hold on Gaston. No, umpire said play on, fell to the ground. Cooper's rushed through about 3 or 4, but then got dispossessed, and George Goody gets it. Gaston kicks it straight up in the air. Who's going to sit under this? The big ruckman Hutchison just taps it down, and King takes it. Tackled straight away, but what transition footy that is from Wangaratta. Rovers, with the ball, with the wind like this, they just kicked it nice and long, and they went 100 metres without even North Albury looking like it.
Weaven grabs it out of the congestion and clears it as long as he can. It exits defensive 50, but follows the first there for the Wangaratta Rovers. Was crunched in a big tackle by Josh Minogue, and North Albury forced a turnover. Hayes' hand pass had to be good. It wasn't. Duncan up against Allison. Spills out the way of Dennis, working hard on hands and knees right in the centre circle. And we're going to have a ball up. A mini win there for North Albury, right in the middle of Button Park. 15-point lead to the way of the Rovers. We've played 2 minutes, Macca's time clock. Full foot up around the ball. Williamson, Hayes was just got in the back there of Sam Catapan. There's going to be a free kick to the way of the inside midfielder. His numbers, Bradfrey?
Yeah, very quiet today for Sam Catapan. Only his 8th disposal of the day on the 40-wing stat sheet.
I reckon every time they've tried to use him, it's hit the ground, and he hasn't had a clean possession at it. He's been tackled a lot today, Sam Catapan.
McCartney goes short to Justin Lewis. That is chipping the footy around, Monty, for Wang Motor Group.
They are. And Lewis, the former Cora Rutherglen player, just goes, I'm going to kick it nice and long, and finds, head towards Cooper, and Cooper flew, gets over the back, and it's going to go through for a boundary throw-in. Yeah, we've had a lot on this side of the ground today. The wind
can't complain.
Blowing across. No, we can't. The players definitely been on this side. It's looked after us, but it has made it very scrappy. It's the umpire now. They've earned their money today, the boundary umpires. Ball gets tossed in. Philo at ground level. King, nice little handball to Goody. Goody now to Gardner. Tackled straight away. Falls away of Broomhead. Nice little handballs. That one was from Gardner as Broomhead finds Winter. And North Albury, he's going to take their time now and try and find a nice option. He's trying to use the ball. He finds Ramage, and North Albury will clear defence.
We'll go around the ground soon for Wang Mazda. We think that Wodonga are beating Albury by a few goals at the moment, and we'll get a score in the Wangaratta versus Lavey game.
No.
Fletcher Ramage.
No, that's not play on. No, the umpire's made a mistake here, boys.
I think, yeah, that
he got called to play on.
If he's been called to play on,
but
it
he
can't
didn't leave
be
his line.
That can't be a free kick.
No.
But anyway, so what happened was Fletcher Ramage was called to play on outside a player. The boundary umpire is called out of bounds, and we have a boundary throw-in.
That's a mistake.
Half forward for the Wang Rovers. O'Brien, beautiful hand pass out to Williamson, off the side of the boot, hangs a long time in the air, and Broomhead right on the defensive 50, takes a mark for North Albury. Wants to switch it straight away.
Kick.
It's a piercing kick across goal. Finds Jackson Wiedemann. Here's a bit of run and carry for North Albury. His hand pass put Polkinghorn under a lot of pressure. He's been brought down, caught holding the ball. A great tackle by Sam Catapan, I think. Sorry, Stewie Booth, you're right. I just couldn't see his number there, Monty, in the middle of the ground for the Rovers.
Stewie. Now, Stewie Booth gets back, and then he's going to pepper this goal face. When you got Cooper who can fly out the back. No, Tim Broomhead went over the top of Cooper. Broomhead takes a nice little chest mark to relieve some pressure. He's going to go sideways to Fletcher Ramage. Ramage now has been quite good today, I reckon, down there. Looking for Winter. It's a wide kick. It's a nice kick, and just inside the field of play.
I reckon that was out of bounds.
So do I.
The umpire, well, give it over.
Winter went back inboard. He's found Hayes. You know, he's not overly trusted of his leg today. Hayes, he's carrying something. That's another one that might be out on the full. And the umpire's paid that one. So it's going to go back inside 50 here because Brodie Filo's got it, and we know what he likes to do. He likes to kick it as long and far as he can. With no one on the mark, he'll go.
Plays on straight away, Philo, and kicks this ball 65 metres right into the pocket. Mark Liu and Gaston. Falls the way of Caden Winter, working hard in defence for North Albury. His hand pass put Weaven under a bit of pressure. He's been tackled. We're going to have a ball up 30 around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. Still haven't had a goal in this fourth quarter. That won't mind Sam Murray. 57-42 and a 15-point lead to the Wangaratta Rovers. We've played 5 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Look at that beautiful tap from Shane Gaston onto the running man Catapan, but he was met by a king tackle. North Albury through Goody, exit defence. It's a high one down the wing. Hutchinson shoved Christie under the ball, got away with it, and he took a mark on centre wing.
Goes straight towards Talon, and Boyd just goes bang with a nice fist out of bounds. We'll have another throw-in on this near side. Neither umpire really want to take it here. I think they've had enough to boundary. I was going, no, you do it. No, you do it.
If we go around the grounds in the Ovens and Murray, 100-point lead for Yarrawonga, 133-33. Myrtleford 93 lead Cora 37. Wangaratta Magpies 85 lead Lavington 21, and the Wodonga Bulldogs 22 points up on Albury 70-48.
Oof, a couple of big results there. Nice tap. Penny has it. Dispossessed by Christie. Christie still going hard at ground level. We're going to have a repeat stoppage again, boys. I'll tell you what, I reckon this will be a world record today for the amount of boundary throw-ins and for repeat stoppages because it has happened all day. Ball gets tossed up. Christie now. spike there from Hayes. Hayes finds Ramage now across to the captain in Goody. Just throws another boot around the corner and no one but Rovers, boys. And Will Christie goes back with the courage and takes the mark.
He's done that pretty well today, especially in the second half, Will Christie. He's put himself behind the ball in dangerous positions. And the Rovers have wiped off 7 minutes for no blemish on the scoreboard in this final term for Cavalier Holmes. Philo pumps it long as he does so beautifully to Marklew over the top. He's been paid the mark. A sensational leap from Alex Marklew. He's had a quiet day. That's a Mawson's concrete mark of the day, but he can line up from 48 metres out on a pretty tight angle.
Yeah, well, that's what he can do, isn't it, Alex Markley? Really strong mark there for the Rovers going inside their forward 50. And really, as you say, Panda has had a really quiet day today, but he can take this opportunity to really nail the first put the first nail into North Albury's coffin today and take home the 4 points.
Lead by 15 at the moment. He'll kick from probably 50 metres. Arcs around beautifully, kicks it out to the right, brings it back beautifully and runs to the crowd with a steer line goal today for Alex Marklew. A beautiful mark, an even better finish, and the Rovers lead by 21.
Yeah, what a outstanding finish there by Alex Markley. As we said, he's had a quiet day today, but that just shows his class and what he's able to do when he gets the opportunity. Really good forward entry as well from Brodie Philo, who in this last term on the 40-wing stat sheet's already up to 4 disposals. So he's the one since Sam Murray's gone down with injury that's really lifted for the Rovers to be able to get them over the line in this game.
Yeah, well, he's the one that's come into the middle more, hasn't he? He's played a lot in that first half forward of the footy. Now he's been that midfielder that had to do a lot of work at stoppage, as you spoke about, because Sam Murray has had to go off. As now the umpire's going to throw it up. We have Hutchison versus Christie. Christie gets the tap. Balls that way towards Philo. No, now it's on the ground. McCartney just kicks it off the ground. Hayes first on it for North Albury. Feeds back to Goody. Goody, not a great handball. Puts Campbell under a lot of pressure. Dove on it that the Rovers are appealing for. And he said, umpire says, no, I'll throw this one up, boys. And we're still in the centre square. We might as well call it another repeat stoppage. Be Hutchison versus Christie. Christie, nice little punch there. Gets it forward. Booth tackled straight away. So was Goody. Finds Broomhead Butt, who feeds it back to Ramage. Oh, well done there from Lewis. I loved his defensive pressure today. Justy Lewis gets it on the boot quickly. Goes to the top of the goal square. The wind's going to keep taking it. Marklew! Steal on goal today from the goal square off the ground. The co-captain of the Wangaratta Rovers, Alex Marklew, had a quiet day. He's just gone bang, bang, 2 in a minute for the Wangaratta Rovers. And that might be the second nail in the coffin, Brad Freak.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's just been able to come up to the top in these last 5 minutes and be able to get the game back right in front of him for the Rovers here. He's obviously been getting a fair bit of advice out there from some punters because he let them know about it as well, but really smart finish as well. The ball was rolling quickly with that pace from the wind that's going that way today and just be able to get a toe on it and dribble it through for a goal.
I think I've got a little chip.
You're right,
my
mate.
throat, boys.
You're right.
I'm just hanging on by a thread here. 69-42. I'm glad I didn't have to call that Marklew goal. It would have been in all sorts. As Wilson, his kick was partially intercepted by Hayes. Off a step, kicks it into attack. Nolan up against Fulford. And a free kick downfield against Ben Fulford. Garish marks at half back, goes out wide to Stewie Booth. So the Rovers well in control here, 69-42 over the Hoppers. We've played 10 minutes in this final term for Maccas. 27-point lead on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Wilson, who was really bright early, kicked 2 opening quarter goals. Has it on centre wing. Kicks a high up and under to half forward. Big Shane Gaston, the Frenchman. Let it slip out the back. Christie first there. Edges it into attack. Marklew has kicked 2 in the last 30 seconds. Tries to spin out of traffic. Yep. He's been caught holding the ball and a free kick to North Albury in the back pocket.
They've just had total dominance in this last term, the Rovers. They're up to 8 inside 50s to 2 on the 40-wing stat sheet. Is that you right there, Pandy?
I think there's something wrong down up here.
Just hanging on.
So sandwiches your old man brought up. He put something in him, I reckon. That was Brad Freak, of course, thanks to Elite Building and Construction. Has now Jackson Wiedemann for the North Albury Hoppers. Oh, it's a poor kick. Puts Julian Hayes under pressure straight away. He's in a bit of trouble here. Alex McCarthy, what a tackle. And Jackson Wiedemann want that kick all over again. Put Julian Hayes, nothing he could do about that. But Alex McCarthy now will go back, have a shot from straight in front. And I'll tell you what, Freaky, this will be the last nail in the coffin, I feel. It'll be 12 minutes into this last quarter.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And it's something that you touched on at halftime as well, Monty. Just some of the turnovers and poor kicking that North Albury have had today has been in their defensive half. And it's really put their defence under a lot of pressure because you just can't defend poor kicking like that. 15 metres out directly in front.
Mawson's concrete player of the day right there, Alex McCarthy with that tackle. McCarthy goes back, makes no mistake, straight through the middle. Umpire did not have to budge. That's the Rovers 11th, 11-9, 75, 5-12, 42. The North Albury Hoppers, that's on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard. And we've gone 12 minutes thanks to Maccas here in the fourth quarter.
Been a really hard-fought victory this from the Rovers today. North Albury have been really, really strong in different passages of this game, but they've just been able to keep plugging along in this game and they will walk home with the 4 points today. It's been a really, really professional win from the Hawks, and they should be really proud of what they've been able to do today.
I've done the opposite. I had my mic turned off, needed to cough, and turned it back on. So apologies to you listeners on 3&E and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. I'm having a mare here in this last quarter. A free kick, no. Not a free kick. I thought he was playing holding the ball, but he said, give it to me, the umpire. Big, strong tackle from Hutchison on Christie. A 33-point lead to the Rovers. Look like they're going to stay undefeated in the SS&A Ovens and Murray season. Broomhead breaking away from the stoppage. Kicks it to half forward.
How good's he been?
Tom Boyd with another double fister towards the boundary line. O'Brien kicks it down the wing. Osborne. Good forward hand pass to Catapan. Jams a snap on the boot, rolls it to half forward. Marklou's just come alive all of a sudden. Lewis, left foot kick towards Gaston. A one-on-one contest between him and Ramage. Lewis kept running, hand pass it to space, and Hayes runs it over the boundary line for North Albury. 13 minutes played, final term for Cavalier Holmes, and a 33-point lead to the Rovers, 75-42. Brad Freak?
Yeah, it's just been a real wave from the Rovers in this last term. We're up to 9 inside 50s and 2 in favour of the Wangaratta Rovers. There's just been all the ball in their forward half of the game, and they've been able to get these 4 points today. Been a really, really strong performance.
There's a bit going on off the ball here between Alex McCarthy and Ryan Polkinghorn, and I reckon they're going to pull this one back in. Yeah, thank you. We'll have another repeat stoppage again, boys, but yeah, just the Rovers, that passage play there where Boyd come out from full-back, got the double-fisted punch on it, ball around the boundary, they just kept getting it forward, and that's shown today just why they've probably been the better team on the day. They've been fantastic, the Rovers. And Sammy Murray will be very happy with this performance. There's now Gaston, nice little tap. Falls away Gardner, but he gets dispossessed straight away. Catapan, been a bit scrappy today for him. He just hasn't had any free play at it. Ball around the corner from Gardner. And it's going to go out on the full. And Charles Ledger will send the Rovers back inside 50 again. Nope. He's run away as quick as he can and let Xavier Allison take it. Mike back on.
Love it. Robbie McKinlay style. Another 40-wing stat for Xavier Allison, who once again has been solid today. Kicks it into the pocket. Markloo from the side. McCarthy, quick little grubber kick straight away. Does it stay in play? It doesn't. Broomhead got there first, and it goes over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's a boundary throw-in, isn't it?
Boundary throw-in.
Timmy thinks it's his.
He thinks it's a free kick.
The goal umpire's coming in now.
So they're all converging, and we've got a boundary throw-in. So the Rovers have kicked the last 5 goals on O&M Live, and they're going to run away with a victory here at Button Park. Could we see Yarrawonga and the Rovers undefeated when they play each other? I think it's round 8 or 9.
Round 9, I think.
Round 9. Catapan with a tight one up in the pocket. It started right, it drifted left. The wind had everything.
How did the wind take that?
Through for a minor score, and the margin now at 34 points. A point for Sam Catapan and the Wangaratta Rovers. We've played 15 minutes, Brad Freak, in this final term for Maccas.
Yeah, 10 inside 50s to 2 has really been the whole story in this last term, which was allowed the Rovers to get full dominance in this game.
Nice grab there, Charlie Ledger. A little bit too strong for George Goody, and Ledger now just sends him back into attack. They're just peppering this goal face now. Across comes Gaston with the kick, goes to the top of the goal square. Oh, McCarthy! Too good, too strong. The Rovers are just peppering this goal face at the moment.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just repeat entries. It doesn't matter what defence you are in the competition. You're going to get that much footy in such a short period of time. You're always going to be under a lot of pressure. 11 inside 50s now for the Rovers in this last term.
As McCarthy just goes pop straight through the middle. That's his second goal for the quarter. That's 2 in a row to Alex McCarthy. Steal on goal today. That's the 12th for the Rovers. 12-10, 82. 5-12, 42. 40-point lead now on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard, and we've gone 16 minutes on the Maccas time clock.
Blood rule, I think it was.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
If we just go around the grounds as well in the other games, in the Ovens and Murray, Yarrawonga too strong for the Wodonga Raiders. 137 to 33 in that game. Myrtleford going to get their first victory of the year, 100 to 39. Wangaratta 85 lead Lavington 28, and the Wodonga Bulldogs 72 lead the Albury Tigers 54.
And a 40-point victory, or margin I should say at the moment, for the Wangaratta Rovers. who have kicked accurate today. 12-10 to North Albury's 5-12. Had a couple of chances in that third quarter, did North Albury, and blew a few of them. It's been a classy fourth term here by the Wangaratta Rovers, who just look a different side in season 2024. Cool, calm and collected as Williamson goes out really wide to Allison. Chips it over the top to Wilson. They're running on top of the ground here at the Rovers. He started the game brilliantly. Gets told to play on. Kicks a high one to half forward. You can see the wind just take that footy. And Jackson Wiedemann marks in defence for North Albury. Kicks it to Caden Winter. I think he's been one of North Albury's best today, Caden Winter. Here's Archer Gardner linking up. And having to jam on the boot really quickly with an awkward one. Finds Jack Reynolds right in front of our commentary position. Centre wing, the Rovers by 40.
And that man, Archer Gardner, just kept running. He worked so hard for this team. Didn't quite take that one, but geez, he worked hard. As we go to Brad Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, he's had the 3 disposals in this last quarter, Archer Gardner. Probably been quiet in that third term. He's up to 14 for the game. He's running carry, probably something they've lacked in this second half.
40-point margin here. 17 minutes gone thanks to Maccas. Ball gets tossed in. Philo first on it. This gives a handball to no one in particular. Hayes is there for North Albury. Gets it to Goody. Goody back to Smith. Smith to Ramage. Smothered off the boot there from Marklew. And that's what you want to see. If you had a filthy day as a forward, do all the little things as he did there and got that smother. He's right up the ground now, Fudd. And I like to see it.
He's had a filthy day, but he's going to walk away with 2 goals.
Yep, and you know what? That's what good goalkeepers do, isn't it?
Forwards do.
Lee Williams, we spoke about, had a few filthy days earlier in the year, and somehow he's second in the goal kicking. So
I reckon Mark Lou, his last 3 weeks, it's dropped off a tiny little bit, but he's still kicked goals, and that's the main thing for the Alex Marklew Fudd man. As Philo hand passes it to Williamson, on to Gerish. Look at the run and carry. Kicks it into the pocket, looking for Cooper. Up against Weaven, over Cooper's head, and it's a boundary throw in deep into attack for the Wangaratta Rovers.
And one thing, sorry, Penn, I was going to say with Marklew as well. Years gone by, if he's not kicking goals, the Rovers can struggle a little bit. This year, they're a much more rounded outfit. With if he's a little bit quieter, they'll still be able to win games of footy as they have today.
4 multiple goal kickers for the Rovers today, so that shows it right there. Ball gets tossed in inside the Rovers 50. Hutchison, nice little tap. Catapan gets it on the boot quickly. Goes to the top of the goal square. Cooper just through his hands. There's one of the multiple goal kickers. Kicked from the goal line, I think. The umpire's looking. I don't know what he's looking at there. I think he's saying...
I think the North Albury players are saying they touched it.
I'm pretty sure he's going to say that the ball stayed in play because it hit him, but the ball is supposed to go through. It should be a goal.
It's going to be a goal to Nathan Cooper.
It was going to go through for a goal, so it has to be paid as a goal if it hits the umpire. Yep, and it is. Nathan Cooper from the goal line. Kicks a steal line goal today. That's his 4th. The VFL Team of the Year full-back. He's gone forward today for the Rovers, and I'll tell you what, he has had a field day. I don't reckon he's kicked 4 goals in the last 14 seasons of footy he's played.
Well, he looks like he's plenty of joy when he's kicking them out there, so he clearly hasn't been down that forward half very much at all in his recent playing days. But no, good for him to come into the side today and get his 4 goals. We touched on a pre-game, didn't we, Mon, where they might play him today, and you were spot on playing down forward, and he's been able to deliver for him today.
Nathan Cooper with his 4th goal. The Rovers have kicked the last 7 goals here on O&M Live. They lead by 46 points.
They're finishing with the better run, aren't they?
They are indeed. Here's Julian Hayes running through the middle of the ground for North Albury. His kick into attack's going to hold up in the wind. Minot got 2 hands to it, was brought down hard. Penny missed the ball. Nolan got the foot to it. Clears it for the Rovers. First there is Archer Gardner tracking this one back. Nolan applies a good tackle on Archer Gardner. And we're going to have a ball up just outside 50 for the North Albury Hoppers as we start to think about our Harvey Norman betting player of the day.
It's between 2 blokes for mine.
Tom Boyd and Nathan Cooper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cooper kicked the 4 goals. Going to be hard to go past him as Brad Hutchinson gives away another free kick in the ruck to Will Christie. At defensive 50. He's been good again today, Will Christie. Playing a little bit injured, you suppose. Weaven, he's taken a Mawson's concrete mark of the day there over Cooper. Bit of a one-handed juggler. He goes inboard to Winter in a little bit of sunshine, rare sunshine here at Button Park.
First off today as he finds Reynolds. Go a nice little kick to Dennis. Been a bit quiet today, Nathan Dennis. A lot quieter than what he's been to start the year. What's he going to do? He finds a nice short little lead towards Penny.
Right,
the sun.
Yeah.
Will Christie lost that completely there, but Jack Penny didn't. It was a nice little kick into the hole there from Dennis. A nice little lead from Penny.
Be a really awkward mark in that pocket at this time of the day, looking straight into the sun. He did really well there, Jack Penny, to hold on to the grab.
Penny now. It's going to be a tough kick straight into the breeze here. Sets sail. It's not too bad. The wind starts to take it. Oh, it's easy as you like. Jack Penny. Steel line goal of the day. That's his first. That's North Albury's 6th. Gives them a little bit of joy. Breaks a run of 7 from the Rovers. And they definitely needed that.
That would have to have been one of the best set shots for the day. Just a really tough pocket there into the breeze. Really beautifully executed there by Jack Penny. Really good goal there, but obviously going to be a little bit too late for the Hoppers to get over the line there. But some really nice play there to lead into that goal. Nice little chips around, and Nathan Dennis did the right thing. Found Jack Penny in that pocket in a bit of space.
He's having a good year, Jack Penny. Rewarded in the interleague squad for North Albury. Averaging over 20 disposals and hitting the scoreboard. Just a little bit too late for the Hoppers. Winter in the middle of the ground. His hand pass intercepted by Finn Osborne. Up against Jack Reynolds. McCartney just grabbed Reynolds, and he's going to win a free kick for a hold. So 88 plays 48. We might go around the grounds again soon for Wangaratta Mazda and just get some of those scores.
We're saying at 3/4 time we had the tightest game. I don't think we do anymore.
We don't. Beautiful kick inboard from Reynolds finds Winter. He's got options in the middle of the ground. One of those is Riley Smith. Hand pass it back to Hayes, who kicks inside attacking 50. That man Penny on the end of it again. Marks it from 42, 43 metres. He's outside attacking 50 now, Freaky. Take his best effort from here.
Yeah, Wood into the breeze, but we saw the last one. He was a little bit closer, but it was a really nice set shot. Let's see if he can do it again.
So Jack Penny from 48 metres gives it way too much air. It sits up in the air, and Minogue over the top with a big grab. He's got wonderful jukes when he gets a run and jump at it. And he's going to line up from a similar distance to where he hit the post from earlier in this game. Pretty much directly in front 15 out.
You're trying to put the moz on him straight away there. I think you were.
Not.
Tell you what, Joshy, when you watch this back, if you miss this one, give it a panda because he's put the moz on you.
He'll put this through.
Oh, that's even worse. You've doubled down. You've doubled down putting the moz on him.
15 metres out. Slight angle from Josh. This to bring the margin back to 34 points. Easy as you like.
Geez, that looked close to the post.
Through for a goal. A little bit too late for the Hoppers. They kick the last 2 and the margin's back to 34. They go to 54. The Rovers 88 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Brad Freak, what have you got for us for 40 winks?
Yeah, if we go around the grounds, as we touched on, Yarrawonga too good for Wodonga Raiders. 110-point victory there. Myrtleford going to get their first win for the day. 10 goals against Corowa. Wangaratta 97 lead, Lavington 34. Albury got a goal back in that game over the road, 72-61. And I'll give this one for number 2. Hawthorn have beaten St Kilda down in Tassie 58-53 in that match.
When is Ross Lyon going to get under a little bit of pressure?
Never.
Because the media love him. That's why.
Because he went and worked for Triple M for a little bit, isn't it?
Right.
So, yeah.
That's a big win.
That's huge. But down in Tassie, yeah, give him a little bit. Look at Lockie O'Brien just went and chased that ball over the fence for the umpires. Now he's running all the way back to the centre.
Another great game from Darcy Wilson too, boys. He had the 21 disposals, kicked it behind, but one of St Kilda's best.
He's going to be in the conversation for
Rising Star.
Please gamble responsibly, but he was paying $15 2 weeks ago.
I actually did look at that, Panda.
Please gamble responsibly.
Did you get on it? Or?
No.
Soft. It's the ball now back in the middle. Gaston and Hutchison go at it. Hutchison won the tap go. It falls to Broomhead. Nice little handball to Winter. Winter goes inside 50. Falls towards Fulford. Well done, Shag and Nolan. First on it, but worked off it well by Fulford. Gardner's got it, and he's going to get a free kick for too high here. Archie Gardner, he has not stopped working all day, the young fella. And he's going to go back, and I reckon he's going to have a shot. Might as well when there's 25 gone in the last quarter. Nice little pass there. Smart move. Caden Winter, again, another guy that just has not stopped working for North Albury.
Caden Winter coming up for his 7th disposal in the last quarter here. I'd be getting blokes right on the goal line. We haven't seen too many from this distance today actually make the distance. They've all fallen short, so I'll have some players on the goal line from both teams.
Panda's a bit distracted doing his super coach next to me as the ball goes nice and long from Winter. Oh, good grab on the goal line.
Talent.
Keith Talent on debut from Brock Burham. He's going to go back and kick his first goal in North Albury's colours. And everyone's going to get to him, and I love to see it.
Yep.
Even late, when the game's over, 27 minutes gone in the last quarter, everyone realises it's his first goal for North Albury and the seniors, and they're getting around him.
It's a really good fight from North Albury. I know the game's probably done and gone, and you can probably drop your heads, and the Rovers could have got away a little bit longer, but a little bit more on the scoreboard, I should say. But it's a really good fight to keep pushing out this game, even though the game was probably won by the Rovers 15 minutes ago. But the Hoppers to be able to keep pushing away and keep plugging away on the score was really good signs to see.
Kick the last three of the Hoppers, takes them now to a 28-point difference on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
I have completed that trade on my Supercoach, Monty. So
was it a good one or not?
Yeah. Tom Green out, Zach Merritt in. And here goes Shane Gaston, kicking to half forward. So the margin 28 for the Wangaratta Rovers. Stewie Booth swooping on this ball. Standing start from 45, kicks it to the top of the goal square. McCarthy from nowhere. Over the top with a one-handed juggler.
Going back for his third for the
Going
quarter.
back for his third for the quarter. 15 metres out directly in front.
I feel like this is going to be a don't know off the top of my head how many goals have actually been kicked in this term, but it'd have to be 7 or 8. This is probably going to be...
This will be 9.
This will be 9, yep.
Yeah, so I'd still say there's probably another 3 or so minutes left in this last quarter.
Alex McCarthy for 3 final quarter goals. He just steps up when the game needs to be won, does Alex McCarthy. A Mawson's concrete mark of the day. A nice finish, and the margin's back out to 34. 94 plays 60 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. 27 minutes played on our Macca's time clock, Brad Freak, so there cannot be long left in this one.
No, there wouldn't be too much longer left. Plenty of goals to be able to extend the term. If we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet, just as we touched on for North Albury, Tim Broomhead's had the 9 disposals, 8 for Julian Hayes, 8 for George Goody, 7 for Caden Winter, all in this last term. So those prime ball winners for North Albury have kept fighting for them all afternoon.
Ball gets tossed up. Gaston versus Hutchison. No one really won that one. And we're going to have a repeat stoppage right in the middle of the ground. Cannot get any more central than this of Bunton Park. And it's quite a nice day now. The sun's out, the rain's stopped, the wind's still there, but I'll tell you what, it's been a great day of footy if you're a Wangaratta Rovers fan. Ball now falls towards Goody, goes to ground. Philo just kicks it off the ground twice now, and he's nearly going to hit a teammate. Stu Booth runs onto it on the left. He's a right footer on the wrong side for him. Feeds back to Christie. Christie now to Osborne. Osborne from 50 just goes to the top of the goal square. Smart kick, couple of targets down there. Good grab. Strong grab.
Cooper.
Nathan Cooper's going to go back for 5. The top of the goal square. They wish they had him every week, I reckon, because he would be playing at that end of the ground. The way he can just pop it up and how strong he is, he's hard to beat one-on-one.
Well, it touches on another thing we talked about off air earlier today as well, Mon. Just getting a second key forward to help Alex Marklew in that forward half. If they could have him every week and play him up there, I think they'd be really, really dangerous in this year, even though they are already dangerous. But if they had another key figure like Nathan Cooper down that forward half, they'd be really tough to beat this season.
Cooper for 5, as Pan has already marked him down. Straight through the middle. He's got a handful, Nathan. He'll go back to where he'll be training during the week and say to Dom, mate, did you see me kick 5 on the weekend? And you'll say, yes, I did. And I'll tell you what, the Rovers are running away with this one now. 30 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock for 15-10, 100, 8-12, 60, 40-point lead on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
The margin did get out to 46 when Cooper goaled at the 19th minute mark. North Albury then kicked 3, and the Rovers have kicked the last 2. As we start to think about our Anytime Fitness player of the day, and these 2 last quarter goals to Cooper for Harvey Norman betting. Might have his hands all over it here in this final quarter. So we've played 30 minutes now on the Macca's time clock. The sting right out of this contest. 2 teams with big games next week. Now just want to get through without having any more injuries in the final minutes or so of this game. In fact, there the siren goes. The Rovers stay undefeated in season 2024. They've come to Bunton Park and they walk away with a vital 4 points over the Hoppers. 100-60, 40-point winners here at Bunton Park. And as I said, Freaky, still undefeated in 2024, the Rovers.
Yeah, they certainly are. And they just can play in so many different modes. As we saw today, they are at different times to be able to slow the game down. Other times they put speed on the game. They're a really well-oiled outfit. They've got a lot of different components to their game and their team that I think, 12 months ago they probably didn't. They've got a lot more depth in and around that midfield. You look at the Lights are bringing in someone like a Sam Catapan and obviously Xavier Allison in that back half as well, and just add into what they've already got. As I touched on in the broadcast as well, Alex Marklew had a fairly quiet day for his standards and what we know he can do, but still able to get a 40-point victory over a really, really strong North Albury side as well. So there's a really, really good win for the Wangaratta Rovers. I really love their back line and what they're building down there. I think Tom Boyd has been outstanding in that position all year. His intercept work today has been outstanding. I don't know who Monty's going to pick for the player of the day, but Boyd was my player of the day. I thought he was outstanding down there. Numerous attempts, numerous intercept marks and possessions that he got in that back half really helped the Rovers get their victory today.
Absolutely. It was really set up in the first couple of minutes of that final term when Mark Lou kicked 2 goals pretty much from nothing, wasn't it, Freaky? And that really sort of broke the spirits of the North Albury Hoppers. And when it's not your day, it can be your moment, and couple of goals and couple of moments, and Markley really grabbed it with both hands. So the Rovers, they just look a complete outfit in 2024. I feel like North Albury gave it everything, but they were just outclassed by a better opponent as Scott Montgomery finds Nathan Cooper, our Harvey Norman betting player of the day. You're down there with Nathan Cooper, the VFL Team of the Year player, Monty.
Oh, I do. I have Nathan Cooper, VFL fullback of the year last year, mate. Send you down front when you come back here and you kick 5. What a day.
Yeah, no, it was really exciting. When Sam said I might have a run up forwards, I was really looking forward to it, just getting back here and run around with everyone.
Was that what persuaded you to play, go forward and kick a few goals?
No, I want to play anyway, and then when I gave Sam the call, he said, oh, what do you think? I was like, yeah, 100%. Yes, please.
And just on the game, mate, really well played from the whole team. You're able to transition the footy with a tricky wind out here, and yeah, you were able to get some good looks forward with the way you were able to go inside 50.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, got some good looks. Wind, even though it's going across the ground, it's going more one direction. So I thought the first quarter we were really sort of as forwards hunting and pressing up the ground a bit, and then the second and fourth quarter really able to open it up and get some deeper entries, which was nice.
And in that third quarter is really where you were able to blow them away, and especially with a couple of guys off the ground, it was a really good effort to be able to run out the game the way he did.
Yeah, I thought we controlled it in that slight wind really well. So no, it was good fun.
Well, welcome back to OMFNL Footy, mate. We won't say very much, but well done on your 5 today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Grab a photo, Monty, for socials if you can too, my friend. Well done. And well done to Nathan Cooper as well, our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. He was sensational in what it was, in the end, a really hard-fought victory for the Wangaratta Rovers. North Albury certainly threatened in that third quarter, Freaky, when they cut the margin to 6 points at the 7th minute mark, but it was all brown and gold after that.
Yeah, it certainly was. Just that class really rose to the top. And the one man I'd probably in that from that middle of that third quarter onwards that you really want to highlight is Brody Philo. Sam Murray looks like he's gone down with a hamstring strain in that third term. And pretty much from that point on, Philo was the one that flicked into gear and ended up having 12 disposals in the second half. He was really influential for the Rovers as well. Lockie O'Brien as well, another one that got 8 disposals in that third term. He's really lifted up and been able to give him a full display today. They were outstanding, and yeah, as we touched on that last term in particular, they had 15 inside 50s to 6. They just had repeat entries in there. The North Albury defence was under a lot of pressure. It doesn't really matter who you are or what side you are in the competition. If you're going to have that much ball coming inside your forward 50, you're going to really struggle and you're not going to be able to defend it. So really well done for the Rovers. As you touched on, Panda, it was a really tight contest for a lot of periods from today, but just that class, that little bit extra class that the Rovers have got really went to the top, and they've been able to push themselves on to get a really strong victory here today.
And I really feel like they set themselves up in the first probably 5 minutes. I mean, they lost the toss and kicked against the breeze, yet you looked up at the scoreboard and they banged on 3 goals inside 5 minutes, Freaky, and they pretty much had their nose in front for the rest of the day.
Well, that was the difference. You just get that little bit of a break in the game as well, and then you know the Hoppers are always sort of chasing their tail for the day, and any sort of momentum that the Rovers got throughout the game, they always had that couple of 14 to 10 point buffer for the whole day, and they weren't able to mow it down today. North Albury, they tried their best. Probably some skill errors in their back half really let them down at some crucial times that let the Rovers get a couple of easier goals as well. So really, really strong work from them. North Albury certainly haven't lost any admirers in my opinion today. Pandy, just the way they played, their brand of footy is great. Obviously probably the first time as well today they've had to play in some harder conditions.
Sorry to cut you off there, Freaky, but there was an important song we had to cut to, a Wangaratta Rovers song, Brad Freak. Winners over North Albury by 40 points.
Yeah, and just having a look at now, obviously they've won today, and just we had a look around the grounds. Obviously, Wodonga has won as well. Sets up a massive clash next weekend between the Rovers and the Bulldogs.
We're calling that one.
It's going to be a barn burner, that game. You know, second versus third. The Dogs have been to third after today's results on the ladder, so it's going to be outstanding, that game next weekend.
It is indeed. Let's take a break. Plenty on our post-game show on the other side of this. The Rovers too good. They remain undefeated in season 2024. They're going to be hard to stop with a 40-point win, 100-60 over the North Albury Hoppers. Remember, on O&M Live, you won't. This is the thing.
You're clear.
Thanks, Gamble.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.